inside. The old gods granted me a vision of the way to change reality. In the shadows creeping, can't rest your weary head. No time for you to sleep now, or evil it will spread. So gather all your friends and listen to my tale. Adventure story shaping the magic and the veil. Dragons, devils, demons, and creatures that are fair, and heroes of the north. Just please don't be scared. The heroes are the monsters to the enemy. It all depends upon the way that you proceed. Original GM, we're here to set you free. Come join in the adventure. Who you wanna be? Who you wanna be? We are heroes. We are
Welcome back to Original GM. I am Hupahu, once again joined with Wachi and Chikala. Welcome back, guys. It's been a little while, a couple weeks, kind of feeling it out, excited about what's going to happen in heaven. Never ran a campaign in heaven, even though I've had it for years. The ideas and the things that are present, so I'm excited to get going with it. Some crazy things going on. Let me start by saying there's some things you don't know, but you will know. Your bag holdings. They will not open in heaven. They will, but they're just an empty bag. Nothing in it. Lily. It's not, so yeah, it's just an empty bag. So anything that you would have placed within there, I can think of a few things off the top of my head that you guys did, that you have in those locations. But yeah, I'll leave it up to you guys to decide on those things. The other things are the music. You remember the horns and or the trumpets and horns and harps and chime-like sounds that took place when you first got here, and they got Mal and they got Zira, and they're both laying down flat, flowers all around and butterflies, and they're just kind of enjoying themselves, looking at the stars, and kind of in a dazed, happy but confused state of mind. You can tell that this is not their normal reaction to things.
Especially Zira.
Yeah, you know, maybe Mal with his black root a lot of the times. Maybe he gave some to Zira. Who knows?
Maybe Mal gives Zira some black root.
But it's bright. There's no sun. It's all stars. Your infravision is twice the distance that it normally is in this location on this plane here. Let me real quick pull up this map right here for you. You guys are right here in the Valley of Splendors, located right there.
Okay.
And to give you an idea of distance in the map, from your location in the Valley of Splendors, if you went down and around that mountain into pilgrimage through the Golden Fields of Grace, that would be about 2 miles. So from where you're at now, it's about 2 miles to Crystal Lake as well on this map. When last we left you, your characters, Zira and Mal, were down kind of doing that out of it thing. everybody else is taking in their infravision and the change of vision, your ghosts and all of that have been able to do that. You do realize now that you're in heaven, and you see Gordon kind of realize it as well, that your ability to go ethereal in heaven does not work. Your ghost is attached to your inside, but it cannot come out of you right now. It's stuck inside of you. You cannot go ethereal. Quite the change, like your movement rate will not be like it was. You can't zoom forward real quick or anything like that. The movement rate, you will have a better movement rate with the ghost flying if you have the ability to fly already. But if you don't, you won't have an increased movement rate. Nor can you just fly, for instance. Which would probably let you know that you couldn't fall from a high distance either. Ghosts can't stop you from being damaged. No Superman landings or superhero landings on this plane. Then one other thing. So Mal, even though he's doing that, he starts to hold his stomach. Myra, Tuffy, Gorgain, and Lily. You all realize that you really, this is a beautiful thing, and it made you relax by looking at all these flowers off the distance of the Valley of Splendor and golden fields of grace, and everyone kind of, this thing happened and you came to the portal, and you realize that you're hungry. You're really, really hungry. And your stomach's all kind of grumble at the same time. And then you realize that the rings of sustenance are gone. They're not on you. It's like it's just gone. You don't remember the last time checking to see, if your rings were on your hand or anything. They're just gone. And Gorgain says something immediately, and so does Tuffy. He says, "No rings." Sorry, Myra says, "No rings. I'm really hungry." And Tuffy goes, "Oh, that happened a while ago." He starts pulling out some food, some jerky, and handing it to you guys. He tells you that his ring disappeared when the gold disappeared because it was made of gold. And you realize yours would too. That's what happened.
Is that the only ring that's
Yeah, that's the only ring. You looked at your hands, you're like, that's it.
Paris will look down. Hers is going too.
Yes.
She's not hungry.
No, she's not hungry. Not at all.
I'll take some jerky and start eating.
Okay. It's the best jerky that you have ever had. So good. You're thinking of other foods now that you grew up with and stuff like pies and different things. You're just like, fuck, I am ravenous. You're thinking to yourself as you're eating this beef jerky. And you see Gorgain kind of doing the same thing. Mal just kind of holding his belly, and he's like, whew. And he goes back to this. It doesn't seem to bother him after the initial stomach pain. You're not sure why coming through heaven invoked this, or if it just happened to be a coincidence in time. Probably a coincidence because it left your fingers all at the same time. A few days ago. Right? So, or hours ago, I'm sorry, not days. Hours ago. So yeah, that's what's going on there. Then just a couple other things. From now on, any natural 20s you roll with anything, let me know. When it happens, you guys will be able to pretty much tell me what you did to the individual, whatever that was. However you did it. Be able to create that story. And I used to do this a long time ago. I think it's a good thing to do. I don't want to add it to this game. If you guys can do it, we'll watch it as long as it doesn't get too bad and disgusting and gross and sick, and right?
Yeah. Not too graphic.
Yeah, don't. It doesn't matter, but it's up to you. But if it gets too graphic, it could be bad. But anyway, so to your north, what would appear to be north, you really don't know, but on a map, if we would call that north, the direction from where you're at right now on that map, is a big lake that you can see from where you're at. It's way up. You can't really actually see the lake, the water itself, but you can see the waterfalls that cascade from the mountains down to it. So it's higher than you, and on the way up there is an autumn type forest of different autumn colors that they call the rainbow forest. You don't know that, but it's just for points of reference. So we will start with you guys hearing the sound of horses galloping, and you see them come about 200 yards away from you in the Valley of Splendors, coming towards you. There's about 30 some of them, and they're unicorns. Bright white flowing manes, and they're riding like right towards you guys. And then at about 100 feet, 120 feet, they stop and kind of turn to the side, and a couple of them start to graze, and one of them looks off in your area. He seems to be a male, and he kind of steps forward with this horn. Mal and Zira, completely unaware of what's going on right now.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. That's fine. Ray will. He said he was walking towards us.
Yeah.
Ray will walk up towards him. Walk towards him. If he's walking
Okay.
towards us, she'll step up.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. You approach him. He stops at about, you get out about 30 feet, and he stops. He's about 30 feet from you and just looks at you. Greetings, he says, and it's like common.
Greetings.
He smiles kind of when, do I know you?
No, I'm sorry.
He looks behind you. You see a couple of the others kind of peering over that direction, and they go back to eating, grazing.
I've never seen a unicorn before. She'll smile.
So you are not from here, and you're not aware of who I am.
Who are you?
I am the lord of this forest and this meadow. He just looks through you, like you feel his eyes go through you. You're like, what the hell? You don't see any magic or anything, but... So you are not from here. And that begs the choice of perhaps you are lost and need help. May I assist? Now you feel calm. You're like, whoa, okay.
Goodness.
So I have to mention you have Vanguard abilities, and this has been a character's quest for a long time. You know you have the ability to like approach it and probably mount it and get on it. But you're not sure what, he has a personality and he's actually speaking to you. So you're not sure what to do.
I don't know. I didn't realize unicorns were intelligent. She did not know that. I did not.
They telepathies to you. He says, are you going to try to get one of those?
I was very intelligent. He's talking to me.
Tell him you seek a holy mount as a vanguard or paladin neutrality and see what he says.
Yeah, she will. She will. She'll say that to him.
Ah, a pilgrimage for a holy mount. Very well. One moment. He turns and looks back at the other ones, and you see a light come from his eyes, but you can't see his eyes. He's turned away from you. You just see this yellow light. And you see one of them kind of lean up like that and look over at him. And it's a female. And she comes running this direction. She looks young, but very powerful looking, like not, she's sleek and fast, but not thick like he is. She's obviously feminine, female, and in stature. So she's very quick, but her muscles are very svelte. So, yeah.
Okay.
And she comes up to him, and he turns and looks back at you, and then she kind of nods at him and goes, and walks up to you and looks at you. big eyelashes. Like, you're like, whoa! And they blink, and these eyes are beautiful, piercing blue color. Look at you. She goes, hello. In this very calm voice. I am Nixie.
Nixie?
Yes.
Alright.
She kind of walks around you, like she checking you out, you know. And then she stops in front of you and like just kind of looks at you. Ray,
She's stunned. I'm sorry.
you are looking for a holy mount.
I am.
I smell you and you are pure.
Yes.
Yes. She turns and looks back and looks at the other horses, and you see a few of them looking. I suppose she turns back, it's time for me to leave. Though I don't want to, it's... The training grounds have been wonderful. Where are we going? And she just walks up to you and stands next to you. Ray's like, did you get her?
I think so. Hold on.
Fucking get on her, man! He says in your head. He seems to be just as excited as you are.
She'll look at her like, man.
Yes,
She
we are
will.
bonded.
She will. She'll get on her.
As soon as you get on top of her, you feel a magical energy go off. And you feel like this thing is part of you in some odd way. It's even more so for you. For some reason, you think that's probably your knighthood and the path that you've chosen. But as a cavalier, like, you have this strong bond immediately, and you realize she's here to serve you and go with you and do whatever needs to be done for you. Like, she'll follow your every command. You have a unicorn. She teleports at will. She has 41 hit points.
Oh, goodness. Mm.
She speaks common, neutral good, and chaotic good.
Common, neutral good, and chaotic good.
Yeah, and true neutral. Sorry, and true neutral.
Interesting.
So she speaks the animal tongue as well, and then she also speaks a tongue that she tells you that is a unicorn tongue that it is forbidden to speak of outside of their society.
She would tell her, I've literally waited for this moment my whole life.
She tells you she has to be chosen is an honor, that I was the next in line. Because quite often we go to various places and do various things. We were just born and grow up here in the Valley of Splendors, Rainbow Forest, Crystal Lake, she says.
So you've never lived here before?
No. If you don't mind, I would like to say bye to them.
Of course. I'll get off.
Okay. She goes over there. The male steps forward when she does that, and he says, it was a pleasure to meet you.
It was a pleasure to meet you.
Turns, and she follows him back over to them, and basically, whoa, what's going on?
Just hold on. Just hold on. She's gonna say bye to her friends.
Did you get her?
Yes. Yes.
Comes up and fist bumps you. Gordon's just sitting back watching this, just like, wow. And the others that are there, you know, there's, you know, Valia, you're seeing this as well. So Gorgain asks Tuffy to make a meal, and he does. He casts a spell out of a scroll and makes a bunch of food, and Gorgain starts eating. You smell it, Lily. It's a hero's feast. Anything you want, it's present.
Yeah.
Whatever you're desiring. I don't know what that one food is, but
Right.
it's there.
Mom's pumpkin pie. Yeah, I knew it.
Pumpkin pie.
Not pumpkin.
Era's like kind of, you know, avert herself from the food and what's going on with that.
Okay.
Look elsewhere. I'm gonna. Can I?
Zira, you're under some kind of spell, but you're not aware you're under this spell.
Okay.
And you look up in the sky, and where the stars are located, you start to see one that's moving. And it kind of moves across the sky and then stops and goes a different direction.
She'll be like, wow, look,
Huh?
it's moving. Do you see that?
He looks up. Yeah,
Dude, what is
I
that?
don't know. It's beautiful though, he says. You smell flowers. She comes back over, and as she comes back over, the herd leaves and goes towards the beach in that direction, down through the Valley of Splendor. You see him disappear in some brush and trees and just kind of go on down. Nixie's her name, Nyxi, that's her name.
I spelled that so wrong.
She tells you how to spell it, and she asks your name and how to, how to
Right.
spell it.
Rava.
So she pronounces it
She'll
correctly.
tell her. Rava.
And she
But I
said,
like to be
she
called
says,
Ray.
I'm sure there's a lot that we should talk about, but I'm here to serve you whatever
There,
duty it is that you wish of me.
there is a lot.
At that point, you hear like bad wishing.
I'll get on her and then turn and look.
You get up, you see this farmer walking along, looks like a farmer, and there's a dog with him, and it looks like a golden retriever type dog, who comes running kind of up to you guys. And the horse she kind of backs away, and she goes, easy, easy. And the dog says to her, no worries, lots of good smells here. And he starts going around smelling and talking about the smells as he goes around you guys as a party. Goes straight over to you and Mal, starts licking your faces, both of you. When he does, you get out of whatever this spell was that had a hold of you. You come straight out of it. It doesn't go the duration that I told you. It immediately interrupts it when he licks you. He goes, wake up, wake up, wake up. Hey, careful, good thing we're here. There's little beings all over the place. They might drag you away. Be careful. And he turns and goes off. Zira, you're aware. Mal stands up quickly.
I
And
look,
he's
y'all
like,
stand up.
and it was an abrupt pull out of the spell as you were absolutely sure that whatever this was, it became aware of you being aware of it up there in the stars. Now you don't really aren't thinking about it because you came out of that spell. And the dog just continues to, he goes, I'm Mike. My name's Mike. The farmer goes, leave him alone. Don't bother him no more. Get away. And he's like, of course. And he runs off. And he goes, hello, y'all. And he pulls up this straw hat off and he goes, I'm Buddy Lee. I farm these regions around here, done a little bit of everything. It's nice to meet you. What y'all here doing? Picking flowers? That's what I'm here for. The missus, I'm getting me some flowers for. We're gonna have a good evening. Not gonna be on the beach, which is a shame, but all that rigmarole going on down there, but I think they got them again the fence, so they'll probably be fine by another 12 hours or so. Vay immediately steps forward. He's like, it's a pleasure to meet you. Finally somebody that, is just normal folk. And he reaches out his hand and the guy's like, and Vay shakes his hand. He shakes it and he goes, well, you're a big fella, aren't you? Well, me and the missus always help folks if they're lost. You're not on a pilgrimage, are you? And Vay goes, actually, no, we're merchants. We're looking to buy some, liquids that, oftentimes are stronger for mortals than they are for others, and like ourselves. And he winks at him and he goes, oh yeah, of course. I understand. You probably want to go to Heart's Faith, I'd say, if that's something you're interested in. Vay goes, oh yeah, why Heart's Faith? And he goes, well, that's the area there where you'd probably get the most understanding and attention when it comes to merchants and trading in or out of the heavens. Heart's Faith Merchant City. And yeah, that'd be the place that you want to go. The merchants of heaven are down on the dock down there next to that tavern, the Grapevine, where you gather rumors and shit. Oh, pardon my terms. Mrs. keeps hitting me every time I say that, and I like to be hit, so it's become a problem. He kind of looks at you, smiles. The dog continues and comes back behind him and just sits down. Yeah, that's where you want to go. Yeah, there's some good inns there too as well, but you know, the Saints Tavern and Inn's probably where most of them merchant types were going to stay. If you're someone else, you might, you know, go to the Grand Hart Inn up north. You got to go through the Rat Gate, though. Go through the Merchant's Gate. That's the one down by the beach. You just far left when you're going on the Golden Road. If you go into any other gate, you'll have problems. Like you don't want to go in the Pilgrim Gate. You're not pilgrims, right? You're just merchants. And they's like, yes, yes. There, you know, like any vacation, their holiday, there are things that we'd like to do while we're here. You know, we kind of like to mix a little bit of business with pleasure. And he goes, I understand. He pulls out a handkerchief and pardon me, missuses. And he looks at all the girls, puts it back in his pocket. He says, these flowers, they get me a-going. Anyway, what was we talking about, young man? He goes, we were wanting a merchant that provides the sales of those type of alcohols or liquors or whatever they might be. But yeah, that's where you need to go then, Heart's Faith. That's where I'd go. And he goes, so you are from around here? And he goes, yeah, we are. Our farm, me and the missus, is just up on the hill up there by the Crystal Lake. Y'all looking for a place to stay the night, or are you just on the run? Because I'm sure the missus would love to meet some of y'all. He looks around at each of you and he goes, he looks over at Lily and goes, well, hey there. Winks at her.
Should not have.
The dog kind of looks at you and he goes, looks up at him and he goes, so yeah, anyway, now you see him wipe his brow, the sweat off his brow, where his hat's going to go with the same handkerchief he blew his nose. Puts his hat back on, puts it back in his back pocket again. I'm going to be headed back after I pick a few of these, but if you want to go to Heart's Faith, you're going to need to head in that right there direction. You're going to go, I don't know, probably 1,000 possum tails until you hit the grain. And when you see that golden wheat of grace, you're going to want to go around that because you don't want to go through there and mess up any of that stuff there. And on the top side of that field, you can't get into the city anyway. So you got to go around it. Go around it till you get to the Golden Road and head north. You go right into Pilgrimage. That'd be a spot where, you know, if your auntie died and came to heaven, that's where she'd go. Shit, I went through there, but how long ago was that, Mike? He goes, long time, buddy Lee. Like what, 100 years? He goes, well, time passes differently here, but yes, probably 100 human years. Yeah, not that long. He goes, so you're real familiar, Vinny says, with this whole area. Do you have a map or know anything about the area? He goes, well, as a matter of fact, I do have a map. Got a couple maps. Graph's over there in Heart's Faith. He's got a map shop, my buddy, and yeah, check them out for any maps you want, but I can give you an overall map of the island. He reaches inside his bag and starts pulling it out.
Eris would say, so time passes differently here?
Huh?
Time passes different here?
The dog goes, yes. Kind of looks out from under his leg at you and goes, yes.
How different? Like, what's the crossover? I'm just curious.
That's sorry, chicken bone a couple of days ago. That's a theological discussion, dear, and one that would take far longer than I think we have. But you know, it depends on who you are, where you're going, where you come from, because time is a relative thing, right? Anyway, like I said, it's a long discussion. I don't know where you're from. I know where I'm from. I know what time is there, but you know, and he goes, but as far as knowing exactly how time works compared to you and me, it depends on where you come. It's a philosophical question.
I gotcha. Existential conversation.
Yep, and he goes, and licks his chops. The old guy is still standing there. He's put the hat on and he says, yeah, so you could find your way. It's just on the northeast side of Crystal Lake, on the other side of the lake. There's a little bridge that if you go up to the east side, it'll take you right to our place. You can't miss it. You guys get yourself needing some place to rest, or just want to take the missus off my hands for a night or two? He looks at you. Looks at the guys. Gorgane's like, Gorgane starts to laugh. He goes, I'm so sorry. He goes, oh, it's all good. It's all good. She just got a serious drive, if you know what I mean. Anywho, it's a pleasure meeting y'all. Here you go, young man. He hands Vay a map, and he takes it. He goes, thank you, Buddy Lee. I come from the Sith family, and it was a pleasure to meet you. The Sith? Huh. Never heard that name before. That's easy to remember. Because we tell your friends we have parties all the time and on the prime material plane that we reside in. Just look for the Sith family and about it. Wealth, happiness, family, cooking, whiskey. And he looks at him and he goes, oh, yeah. I like to make my own. Winks at him. Don't tell the missus. He turns. Nice to meet y'all. Nice to meet you, Buddy Lee. Gordon's like, nice to meet you, Buddy Lee. Mike, the dog, kind of wanders slowly, behind him and kind of stops and lets him go a little bit and looks back up at you and he goes, you guys are certainly lost. Your unicorn's just watching the whole thing, Nixie. And then she kind of turns back and looks at you. She's like, I know where everything is and how to get there on the first plane.
Yeah?
Yes.
Do you happen to know where the Imperial Citadel?
For the dragon, right?
Yeah.
We're just standing
Right here?
where the portal is, and she looks over right behind you. Right there. That's where it comes to.
So, I suppose I should tell you some things, but let me tell my friends that first. She'll write up to them. She'll be like, guys, this is where the Imperial Citadel comes. Right there.
What?
Yeah, right there. Where that portal is. We need to mark where that's at, actually.
Gordon
Before we
kind of
get
walks
too far.
over and he's like, well, if it comes here, any marking we leave will be covered, right? But now we know the location. This is good. See him pull out a gem. It's like a soul storing device. And he puts it in the ground. He starts digging, puts it in the ground. That's it. That'll mark it, he says.
Okay.
I can look on that. You guys can look on. Anybody can look on that that's seen it. That gem that I just put there.
What do you mean?
You could scry on it probably.
Oh.
And if you could, I don't know. You'd certainly find it. Locate object. Your unicorn says to you, I know right where we're at. I won't forget this location.
Okay.
There are other places like this that go to other places.
So, yeah, Ray would tell her.
The Valley of Splendor is filled with quite a few of them. And she looks behind her like, all across the valley. She's like,
What do you mean?
there are portals and
Portals?
locations all over the Valley of Splendor.
Really?
Yes. Most of them go to the prime material plane of one location or another. But some of them go to planes that are directly next to the heavens, twin paradises, etc.
Well, that's good to know. That's where we're all from, is the prime.
Yes? Which one?
What do you mean?
Which prime? What is the name of your prime?
Shouldn't it?
That's the name of the planet, right?
That's the name of the planet, yeah. Oh, yes. Yes. I am aware of that world. It would explain why you asked about Bahamut.
Her world's being destroyed because of Bahamut.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. You don't need to be sorry. You didn't do anything.
Realize she's telepathying to you. She has telepathy.
Nice.
I'm so sorry. I know that can be nerve-wracking and heart-wrenching and breaking. Probably thousands or so or more have died, right?
Millions. So
I'm not completely familiar with your homeland, but I know of some of the tales.
I should probably tell you, you know, who I am. Everything. I don't know if you know. I don't know what you know. And she'll kind of gesture towards Valia and she'll be like, she is the chosen one. And
She's
I am-
standing right next to you.
Yeah, she's like, and I am her protector. I don't know what you know about the tales, but
She knows nothing.
nothing.
She knows about the world, she tells you. She's heard of it, but she doesn't know about this, where this is.
It's a lot.
Then you have a lot to tell me, and I realize that you're in a situation we can wait to get to know one another. You may ask me at any time if you have any questions. But if our duty is to protect her, she should ride with us. And she likes telling.
Like this. On her hand.
Really?
Take her hand. She'll help pull her up.
You get up on her. She feels like a horse, you know, but there is more of a kind of a floating movement to this than there is on a normal horse where it's kind of like, she's really smooth and just kind of just floats there. She looks back and she goes, "It's a pleasure to meet you, Valia. The chosen one," she says. Kind of looks at you for a second and she goes, "But you don't like that type. I will call you Valia.
What is your name?
I am Nixie."
That's beautiful. Very nice to meet you, Nixie.
You as well. It is quite unique to meet new people outside of my kind. You're the first that I have directly spoken with. Don't worry, I've been taught on social things and other things.
Not everyone is as nice as you are, you know.
No,
So I'm
no.
really glad you met us first. Me too.
I could have ended up with someone like the unicorn maidens. Like, she kind of looks down like my sister. Assassins, cutthroats. On your plane from Ashington.
Is she saying this to us through telepathy?
No, she's saying it out loud.
Never heard of her.
They are assassins. Probably not talked much about. Virgins like you. Pure. It is part of their training to have one of us as an element. I feel within you, you have the energy of a paladin, but it is different.
No, Vanguard. What they call a Vanguard.
What is that?
It's
So, what do you think? You hear from Gordon. What do you think? Good job, eh? He's like, no problem. Thank you. He looks at Gordon. He opens up the map. He's like, here's the island.
and as I walk up and start looking at it.
Approximately 10 miles. Bay starts talking to me. It's approximately 10 miles according to this
I think that we
to
should
Hart Spain.
Hart Heart's Faith. That's what I was gonna say.
But this beach here, Harmony Beach, that's where the war's going on. We don't know. We got to get through the golden fields of grace. Do we want to go to pilgrimage either at all, or do we just want to go straight
The
down?
only town we know of that multiple alignments are allowed is Heart's Faith. That's what Alexandria said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we should probably go there just to be safe.
Gordon says that's where we'll head. Heart's Faith, if everyone agrees. However, he stops. Might be smart for us to switch some things up. I know that Alexandria gave us certain orders or suggestions and divided us into two groups. I feel we should be in three. And all those that are evil should come with me, so that we don't blow and possibly blow the club.
I always would say I agree, and I would like Billy and Ray with me. If Volk has the other weapon, then I need to be with Valiant.
Then if no one else has any other requests, I have a suggestion. Zira and I will take Mal and Vay. All of us can radiate evil. It would be best for us to go about what we're going about on our own without you. We now have the location of their complex citadel, but it's not here. So I think our orders are still valid.
Yeah.
We need to find out where it is. If it's on the second plane, where it is. Right? So I suggest, Lily, you lead the third group. And you take Tuffy and Gorgain and Myra with you. Which would leave Eras, Velia, Ray, and Braid. And myself, Mal, Vay, and Zero. And we can stay in contact with one another, of course. But if we enter the city separately, then we're separate groups. We're not the same group.
Right.
I think that's important.
I like it. We all need to have a story before I leave here. You know.
Mal's like, the priestess did say for Velia and Ray to go with you. And he looks over at Gordon. And Gordon goes, I know what she said, but it's a different situation, don't you think? I mean, I don't think they should be caught with us evil. I think she said it because she assumed I would be able to protect her. You know? But you guys can too. I have faith in all of you. Gordon says, I don't want to lead you, but this is my suggestion. There's no room for the four of us, and he points at Zero, Mal, himself, and then Vay, with any kind of trying to sneak or hide or anything like that. So some of these beings are going to know that we're evil, I think.
Evo Ghost.
So does that mean they're automatically gonna attack you?
I don't think so. He looks over at the unicorn and he says, are there all alignments and morals and ethics within the City of Heart's Faith, including evil? She goes, oh yes. Yes. Heaven does not exclude evil. You see Gordon kind of frown. He's like, what? No. At least in the City of Heart's Faith, heaven does not exclude evil. It is a place of freedom of trade, freedom of commerce, freedom to create and sell and buy and trade. It is created so many works of art and engineering and magnificence. It is a place of freedom. there is justice there, the unicorn says. There's justice there, but justice holds to a different location. The angel of such things does not reside within our sphere. It starts small. If you do things bad in some way, they will start to send investigators. But if you're accused of something and are forced to go to court, it's so backed up it could take weeks or months. Systems of law are strong, but deep. So he's like, okay, so we know there are races and alignments of all different sorts in this city? Is that what we're saying? And she's like, yes, from all different places. It is the keyhole city to heaven. Many pilgrims reside there. Not all of them carry on to their other locations or gain strength of any fashion other than what they come to heaven with. I can take you close there, right outside the city. She says to you, Ray.
What do you mean?
We can teleport to that location instantly.
Really?
Yes.
That would be really, really cool, but I can't leave my friends.
I'm here to serve you. If you want me to take each of them individually, we can do that. There's no limit to my movement.
Are you comfortable with that?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
So she would say, hey guys.
Yeah,
Right would.
yeah.
Nixie says that she can teleport us each individually there if we want. But she knows right where it is. And that would keep us from having to walk past the war that's going on down the beach.
That's a good idea.
It is.
Ray's like, fuck yeah. I mean, yeah. That's a great idea. Thank you, Nixie. Of course, she says. I'm here to serve Ray.
She's so giddy.
You have complete control over.
She's never smiled so big in all her life. Like, hell yeah. Okay.
So she asked you if you want to go first, or who do you want me to take first?
Yeah. So she'll look at them and be like, we'll go first.
He nods.
Alright.
We're still on, right?
You teleport. You appear on a road that is inlaid with gold and ivory and silver. It's embossed, and probably more gold than you've ever seen in your life, as far as the eye can see on the road. Just in like tile formations here and there. It's not solid gold. Looks like it might have been at one point. Like there are tiles missing and stuff like that, oddly enough. And yeah. Let me pull up this map for you real quick so you know where you're at. So you were there at the Valley of Splendors. And you teleported, to the south about 10 miles. But you're at the southeastern gate, which is the Merchant's Gate. You're going to be off from it about 100 feet, and slightly off the road in the sand is where you appear.
Okay.
And she begins to do that with groups of 2 until she gets everybody back. And up ahead of you guys, you can see the city.
Okay. When she does that, Eras will look at Tuffy and be like, so do we want to do the no customs now?
Yes, let's do
Before we
it.
get into the city?
Yes, let's do it now.
Okay, let's do it.
So as people start coming, cast no customs on everyone, and you'll break into 3 groups. You can see palm trees leading up to walls that are 30 feet, 35 feet tall, made of solid gold, with 60-foot towers that go up made of solid gold. That goes all the way around the city. There's the gate in front of you are made of gold, and they're open. The tower on the left has no wall attached to it. It's just sitting in the water right there by the docks, and the gate attaches to it. Off through the gate, you can see Fair Trade Bay and where the docks are and everything. And there are various kinds of ships there, from things that look like a hammerhead shark to things that look like a normal pirate ship, like a 2-masted pirate ship, to small vehicles that are akin to Lily's ship, made out of some kind of metal, not vulcanite, but they look like pods of some sort that are just sitting by the docks, just levitating, tied to the docks. You see a big black skiff that's probably 35 feet in length and real narrow, where it can only hold 2 people wide, like a canoe almost, but it's a skiff. And it has a roof on it and everything on the front and the back of it. There is a gray-robed individual that you just see with a pole, just standing in the middle of the skiff as the ocean's he's just standing there, not doing anything. His back's to you guys. Then to your right, you see the walls. It's just gold, solid gold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 towers that are 60 foot by 60 foot tall, 60 foot around by 60 foot tall. Walls are 30, 35 feet tall. The gates are 20, 25 feet. You guys are by these palm trees right here on the edge of the ocean. You can see out of the ocean, and you see vessels out there, and you also see a couple vessels going up, like from the ocean going up into the stars. Way off in the distance. And Gordon will, you guys are back about 100 feet, so Gordon will suggest that you split into those 3 groups. And Gordon says, my group will go and check out the Saints Tavern and the inn there, and also the Merchant's Heaven for the whiskey, so we're going to keep that going. It's a good idea. And he looks at they smiles. You guys know what Bay's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He really is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so that's what you see right there up ahead. That's all you really see right now.
Eras is gonna telepathy Vay.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, I didn't mean to upset you with that joke about the meat suit. You know, I mess with everybody. I know you got that main character energy. I know you're not meat suit. I'm sorry.
It's cool, man.
Are
It's
you
cool.
sure?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's cool.
Cool.
So hey, can I ask you a question? He says this telepathy.
What's up?
What's up with you 3? Like you, Zira, and Eras, and I mean, I don't mean to be nosy. I mean, I've had threesomes before. I'm just curious. What?
No, you know, Gordon's like that. You know that epic love that you only get once in a lifetime? It's like that.
No, I don't know.
And Zero,
Anything
well,
about
yeah,
it.
she's the other half of my soul.
Oh well, yeah, it's cool. I mean, it works great if you're into it. Like if you're into it. The
No,
3 of
like
you.
she's literally the other half of my soul. Like we were split in half.
Oh,
Like I was her sacrifice to Nera.
well, that seemed really spoony of me, didn't it? I'm sorry. I'll try to watch myself when I talk like that. You don't deserve that. Hey,
What?
I'm trying to get this whiskey thing going.
Yeah.
I want to have another party. Curious, would you be interested in playing it?
Yeah, of course.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, man.
Very
I'm
cool.
so excited to write the song about this place. You have no idea.
You see his face, he's kind of smiling. You say that, and he goes, "Oh, really?"
Like in telepathy or out loud?
He says it out loud. He just looks at you, and you see his face change. He goes, "Really?"
Yeah.
You're all standing there, and Gordon's talking about splitting up, and you hear them say that, and he goes, "Oh, okay, cool.
She knows what she did.
Gordon's like,
His ego is so big that'll make him
Gordon's like,
behave.
"Babe, you're with us." He's like, "Oh, cool." He walks over there with him, and Gordon looks at you, Lily, and Nera. He's like, "We're gonna go in first. Go on the docks. We'll check those 2 locations out.
Alright,
I'll let you know when we get a room, and let you know what your room number is. Everything's copacetic."
specific you want us doing?
Guess we're
Who says that?
blending in. Gordon says.
We did the no customs, right?
Yeah, you do.
So
No,
what do
you
I
have
do?
it. You're getting ready to do
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Blend in. So, no customs gets cast on you. Who all is doing this? This is we had a scroll for.
So Zira can't do it because her scrolls were. Oh no, wait, she doesn't have a bag of holding. So 2. I have 2.
Uzira has 2.
I have
Tuffy has 2. So he'll
Oh.
use 1 on himself. That'll give him 1. Zira use 1 herself. That'll give him 1. So there's 2 left. We'll give it to Gordon and Lily.
And then.
Eris.
What about Eris?
Eris needs 1.
She does. Zira can give it to Lily. Zira can give hers to
No,
Lily. 'cause
Gordon
she's
will.
A...
Gordon will. Gordon
leader.
looks at you and he goes, "I got this.
Sure. Okay.
We got this." Can cast it and tell us the basics before we leave too.
Alright, that works. So.
So you guys cast these off the scrolls, and Lily, Tuffy, you, Eris, and who else?
Lily, Tuffy, Zira, and
There's-
Eris?
You have 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Gordon.
Gordon.
So you have enough to do Gordon?
Yeah.
Or did I miss somebody?
I think that Lily, Tuffy, Eris, and Gordon should have
Tuffy,
them.
Tuffy has 2. You have 2.
That's 4.
Uh,
Lily, Tuffy, Eris, and Gordon.
Okay.
Because Lily, Tuffy, and Eris, because they're the leaders of the group, so they should definitely have the no customs.
Okay.
And then Tuffy, because it's his.
Yeah, because he cast it on himself. He would want to know. So, those of you that have it,
Sure.
no customs.
I might be wrong with that.
So, often there may be other DMs that are watching this or players that wonder, how the fuck do you do proficiency like this? So the way this works is I'll give you a general overhaul of what it's like. It's not going to take too long to give you that. Anything extra, if you want to know a custom within the city, like you ask about it and you get to roll like a proficiency check while the spell is active
Okay.
under whatever score it would be located in.
Okay.
And no customs would be wisdom, so it would be a wisdom check for anything extra, but we'll talk about that real quick about what it's like. So it's obvious, you're in heaven, but the city's not obvious, but heaven is. Law's the law. Can't kill, you can't harm another person, you can't steal, hitting, punching is harm. You can't steal from somebody. There are other laws such as public intoxication, exposure, stupid things like it would be in our society. There are laws, and they all have different punishments. But when they happen, the law usually states that you walk away from the situation and go and report it. It's not, you know, it's not done all the time, is what I'm saying. There may be an altercation and nobody walks away and reports it. There's no report, there's no nothing. There's a report, they usually send some sort of investigator. Unless it's a serious report, then they'll send other individuals of the court and of the heavens and of the cities that are around these locations, including Heart's Fate, that will hunt you down and find you and bring you in for questioning or arrest or trial or whatever it may be. But as a general rule, everybody in heaven's pretty much happy, as a general rule. But there are things that happen, and there is swindling, and there is things that go on in this city in particular, as opposed to other cities. Local history will give you an idea of certain locations and buildings that you see. If I tell you a name of that structure, you will have a chance to try to figure out what that structure is, what it generally is, with the local history, or with the no customs, which will work like a local history question. Cool?
Cool.
All right. Break up into 3 groups.
As Eras, do I know if having big old white wings is gonna make me blend in or
With
stand
no
out in
customs,
heaven?
you realize that there are winged beings everywhere. Everywhere. They're as common as elves are in your world.
Is it like a political thing when it comes to
Can
like,
be.
stature?
Can be.
It doesn't have to be though.
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Before we go, I'll pull out wings just like the ones I have, but
White
white.
wings.
Yeah.
Or black. Black? Or
White.
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 She looks like an angel. You look over at her, she looks like an angel, including her eyes. She looks like a type 1 angel like you guys just fought.
Nice.
Yeah. Except she's not dressed in the fashion that they are dressed.
Right.
You could do that though. But, you know.
You think
Oh.
this will bring a lot of attention? I don't think so. It seems from no customs it's common, so it should be good.
Winged
Should help
beings
us
and-
blend in.
You look exactly like those angels we fought,
Oh, do I?
except your clothes.
Nice.
Yeah.
White eyes, the scapula, Hawaii,
White.
white wings. She doesn't have a crown burning on top of her head or anything weird like that, but she resembles them is what I'm saying. Like
Alright.
Gordon's like, looks good, and try not to cause any trouble. I'll go get our rooms and we're gonna try to lay low. We'll talk to the merchants and shit
So
like
maybe
that.
we could just walk around the town and see if we hear anything.
Check shit out, yeah.
Maybe I could go find another bard to talk to. Know some tales or something about the Citadel, what plane it's on right now, information gathers.
The celestial venue, your horse says.
Those areas that said that.
Oh, that's right. Say it out loud, or
Yeah,
she would say the celestial venue.
the celestial venue.
Yes, it's in the northern section above the Lovers Park. It is a massive venue to play music and for bards and kind of stuff.
Alright. Well, maybe we'll go there. We'll see what kind of information we can find out.
That's Eras, Valia, and Ray and Braid?
Yep.
Okay. So you're going to go in and go that way. Gordon will go to the marketplace. The other is Lily, Myra, Tuffy, and Gorgain. So, you don't have a map. Yes, you do. Alexandria gave you guys, or she had a map of Heart's Fate. I'll say Vay has it. He pulls it out, opens it up, and said, let you guys look
And he
at it.
got him out from that other guy.
So he's got 2. Yeah, he's got one of the whole island and one of this, and he shows you the Heart's Fate, and you can look at it. So anywhere you want to look, you can look.
Figure out how to get where
So
we're going.
the gates, let's just make you familiar with the city. Heart's Faith Merchant City of Lunia has 4 gates, okay? These 2 up to the north is Pilgrim's Gate.
Mm-hmm.
It's where all the pilgrims are supposed to come through. And then Honor's Gate. And then down here is New Beginnings Gate.
Okay.
And then over here is the gate that you came through, which is the Merchant's Gate. So you got the shipyard area here. You got trader's dock and merchant's dock. In between them, you got a place called Noah's Shipyard. Looks like they may build ships. You're not sure what they do there, probably though. Nanny's store, the marketplace that you first walk into when you come in is right here, with tables and all kinds of things set up. Just slightly north of that is the Heart's Faith Flight School. And as you're looking in that direction, you'll see there are platforms at the top of these two towers, and these two towers are about 60 feet, 30 foot circumference, but they're about 100 feet tall. So they're way up, which I probably should have told you saw that from there, but also some other big buildings that you would have seen of these over here. Those are 100 feet, 120 feet in height.
Okay. Huge.
And this one is about 100. So, you can look at any of those locations on that map and roll a proficiency check on what it is or what it has reference to. So I'll start with the section that you're coming into first, and you could just ask questions as you come in if you need to.
Okay.
First thing you see is Gordon and Zira and Vey and Mao go down the trader's dock towards Noah's Shipyard. And when you look down there, you can see Noah's Shipyard is open, and the dock continues through Noah's Shipyard, and you can see all kinds of ships in there docked that have a roof, like a boat dock.
Okay.
Like a Bayou and shit, you know. And they go to the Saints Inn Tavern. That's where they're trying to go. So they're headed in that direction. Lily and Erez and Velia and them. So Velia and them will go with you guys first, which is Erez, Velia, Ray, and Braid.
Okay.
You guys come walking through the marketplace and starts to head up north here.
Yep. Looking around.
So it's beautiful. There are flowers everywhere, and Lily, you guys will see the same thing initially, but you'll be behind them. How far back do you want to wait before you go? How many feet? You're about 100 from the gate.
Yeah, I'd let him get through the gate first.
Okay. So about 100 feet.
Yeah.
So these towers are about 60 feet wide. So you're looking, they make it to the edge of the marketplace when you guys came to the gate. So that's how close you are. You can still see them. Okay. And reach them in one round. Anyway, you guys come up this way. You guys are going to go the same direction, I suppose, at the beginning. You get to this area, and then you see this beautiful forested area in the shape of the street here on both sides goes off. It might be a triangle, you're not sure. But in the center of it is a massive statue of a golden cavalier holding a spear and a shield in his hand. Faced to the north, looks like to Pilgrim's Gate is the direction it's faced. And it looks over all those trees. Some kind of park there. Map said Lovers Park. So you can either go left there and then right up here to the Celestial Venue, or you can go straight down here to the Celestial Venue. Probably there, right?
Yeah. Can Ray roll religion to see who that statue is?
No.
No?
No. Mm-mm.
Alright.
It's not religion.
No, I just assumed because it was heaven.
Local history.
Local history.
There you get to roll on your wisdom for the spell that you have present on you right now.
Okay. That would be Erez.
Oh.
And she could also do Legends on Lore.
And we're talking about Erez. Oh no, Erez and Ray.
I was
Sorry.
talking about Ray.
Yeah, Erez is with her. She sees it too, so you can use that if you want.
No. Not in that
Can I do legends and lore?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 35
Okay.
under 85.
Okay. Yeah. The Golden Cavalier, you remember hearing a story about the Golden Cavalier hunting down people in heaven that were doing wrong. Some kind of hunter, some kind of, people, person, something hunter, sure. Statue of him.
Interesting. Okay. Keep going.
So, as you come up on this place, Wind Rider, it just looks like a very, very fancy manor, and it's made of gold. And by the way, the streets here, I should have solid gold. There's no ivory, there's no inlay. It's all gold. Everything's gold. Some streets might not be, you don't know, but you haven't seen any so far that weren't, except for the docks. It's all solid gold. Outside this place here, Diva's Rest, you see what look like angelic beings with wings sitting at the top of the two towers there. Or at the top of this tower, and then there's one here in the middle that they're just sitting on, and they're about 14 feet tall.
Oh goodness.
And they're sitting on those towers at the top of that structure, and they look down at you as you guys come walking by. Then the next building that you see has flower gardens all around it as well, and beautiful open windows, and you can look in there and see people trying on outfits. Looks like some type of clothing place. And you see the sign right in front that says Heavenly Expressions. Now, they reached that point. You guys will have reached this point, Lily, right about here.
Okay.
So you go the same way they went, or you go this way?
Go left.
Okay. As soon as you go left, you turn, you see a place right there that says Jammers. And you recognize a picture of a major hell on the sign. To your right, you can see through these trees, and you can see all kinds of flowers, and that there's pathways with statues and little hidden alcoves. And you see a sign right up against the tree there, not tacked to the tree, but next to the tree, that says Lovers Park. And you're going to go past this place which says Diabolic Studies, and it has a symbol of chaos and evil above the door.
Okay.
None of my characters are with your group.
And then you come here and you see a place called Lost and Found. And you see three little boys, roughly early teenage, 11, 12, 13, 14, somewhere in there, standing out in front of it. And they eyeball you when you come walking up. They like all three of the kids. There's four of them actually. They turn and they look at you like really putting their eyes on you.
Right.
That's Lily, Myra, Tuffy, and Gorgain. Yeah. Up ahead, for both of you, you see this High Court of Heart's Faith. It is the law building. You know that it's the place where people go to jail, where they go through court. Yeah, if there's any kind of legal matter with your proficiency, you would know just by the size of this place that this is it.
Right.
Right next to it, you come walking up, Eras. Okay, mind you, the temperature's perfect still. The air's perfect. Sight, twice the distance. Everything's open and clear. There's no guards. You see, that's one thing
We're used to seeing guards all over the
You're
city.
used to seeing some kind of patrols or guards on the walls or guards. There's no walking place on top of the wall. There's no, doesn't even look like guards go up there, but you know, you're not sure, but like there's no walkways or doors that goes to any of those walls that you see or structural towers. When you get here, you can really see this too. You can really see that statue really well from where you're at, staring right at you. And that's the Pilgrim's Gate. Then the Celestial Venue, you see it? There's a line that comes out of this place that goes down this way and curves back to here, to right about there, and it also goes from here to there, of people, all standing in line.
Does it say anywhere like who's playing?
So, no, it doesn't have anything like that. Braid's just standing there.
Does Aries even know how to stand?
I know, right? That's what I was thinking.
Has
Like,
Aries ever had to stand
her
in
first
line?
thought is, how do I get around this? Like,
Yeah.
what do I do
Exactly.
to get around what's going on here? There's just people. She'll walk up and she'll just pick somebody out of the crowd and be like, "Is there somebody playing tonight?" Real sweet, charisma, all that.
Okay, you come walking up.
Or I'll say, "What's going on tonight?" That's what.
As you get close to the crowd, you can start to make out who the crowd is. At first, it was from a distance. You could remember they were all bipedal, you know. But as you get closer, you realize these are all men.
Oh.
As you come walking up, every single one of them is a man or masculine in nature.
Well, I might second guess what I was gonna do then.
Okay.
No customs?
Okay. So you already know that this is a venue where performers play and perform at. No customs doesn't really give you anything on this particular situation with these men. You're not sure what, you know, you don't know. You don't, there's nothing there's nothing that comes to you. It's like nothing customary. Put it to you that way. Stop there. Zira, you can think about that, but Zira, you're with Vay and Gordon and Mao.
Alright.
You guys come past Nanny's store. It just looks like some kind of storefront, like a general store almost, you're not sure. You go through the Noah's shipyard, and as you go through here, you definitely see spelljamming vessels inside here, different locations docked. You see a rather large orangutan with two chimpanzees next to him, dressed in clothing. Turn and kind of look over at you. They're sitting in the center of the dock. As you guys come walking by, there's a railing, two railings that go deeper into Noah's shipyard, and they just stare at you, you know, as you guys come walking by. And Gordon goes, "Just keep moving."
Oh well.
All the way, watch you like all the way. And you go out of their line of sight. Gordon's like, "What the fuck?" That was an orangutan
That was an orangutan.
with two chimpanzees.
It was.
Okay, I'm just making sure I'm not hallucinating.
So, talking dog, orangutan, and chimpanzees.
It made me uncomfortable. You remember those gorillas
Oh my god.
that you guys encountered? It's gotta
I don't
be.
even want to talk about that.
You walk up and you see a symbol on a black background with a silver star-like symbol. And it says Saints Tavern and Inn. This is the place.
Alright.
You guys step in.
Yeah.
You go inside. the Saints Tavern. Man. And as soon as you walk in, immediately to your left is a staircase that goes up. As you look into the first room, you can see the bar up against the farthest wall away from you that goes all the way across that wall. And you can hear the clinking of glasses and people eating and those kind of things. You can smell food. And behind the bar, you see a being that has blue skin that's about 12 feet tall. He's got an apron, real long fingers, and a really elongated blue head. Like, he looks humanoid, but his features are really pronounced as far as his cheekbones and his lips and his forehead, and everything that you see is overpronounced. Almost like a giant's would be in some ways, you know. His fingers are really long. More so than what a human's would be. If a human was that size, you made a human that big.
Observation in the bar.
Sitting at the bar, you see a monkey that's 6 foot tall that looks back at you. He kind of looks over his shoulder at you, and at first it looks like a cloak's around him. But when he turns and looks at you, you realize it's actually fur and skin that's attached from here all the way down to his knee or his leg area. Like they're wings almost, or gliders. And, you know, he has the face of a monkey. And he has a belt that's strapped onto his waist that kind of pulls his wings in a little bit. And yeah. Immediately to his left, you see a individual wearing brown robes, blonde hair, blue eyes, about 6'5", maybe human. He has a big mug of ale in his hand, and he smiles. He looks back at you and smiles real big and flourishes his hair when he goes back to the bar and he's talking to the bartender. Then you walk in a little bit, I assume. You walk in a little bit, and through the bar you can tell it's kind of dark back off in the left corners. You can see that there are people sitting back there, but it's odd, you know, you just kind of glance and kind of look, and you see there's probably 3 or 4 tables full of people. But there's a bunch of tables that are open, and most of the bar is open except for where those 2 guys are sitting. Gordon goes straight to the bar, like on the far right side where nobody's sitting, and just looks at you guys and sits down. They sit.
Sit next to him.
Mal sits down. Bartender, you kind of hear him nod, laugh a little bit, kind of giggle a little bit. He's like, and he nods at the guy, and then he looks down at you guys and nods and starts walking that way. He gets up close to you and kind of looks you guys over a little bit and smiles a little bit. Arco, nice to meet you. Currently. Arco, yes. You're the owner of this establishment. He goes, I am. I've owned it for quite a few cycles, and you all seem to be new to Heart's Faith. I've never seen you before. Gordon's like, yeah, my name's Gordon. And he extends his hand. He's like, takes Gordon's little hand in his big hand and shakes it. He goes, and this is Mal. Mal nods at him. He looks over at Zira. This is my wife, Zira. And then our friend over there, Seth. And he's like, well, it is a pleasure to meet you all. Yeah, I've never heard your names before. You must be new. What can I do for you all? I said, well, we need some rooms. Yeah. 12 of us. 3 different rooms if possible. So, of course. Let's see, so you've never been here, so you're not sure how we deal with currency. It's Do you know? And at that point you realize the spell enables you to know that they trade with anything of value, no matter what it is. You can barter. Some people want a certain thing over and over again. Certain vendors, things like that, might want a certain thing that you have to try to obtain. Whatever. He tells you he takes anything of value. Gordon's like, oh, okay.
Is there a club here that we have some platinum?
So if we were paying in platinum for the 3 rooms, if we were paying with platinum, how much would it be? He kind of thinks about it for a minute. He's like, 1 platinum piece for each of you would do the job. And Gordon's like, okay. He looks over at you.
No, take it out. Like 12?
So
12
there's
platinum?
yeah, 12 platinum, right? That's 12, right? You guys have 12 with you, I believe.
Yeah.
Zira pulls out the platinum and he gives it to him. He'll give you 3 keys. Gordon 3 keys. And Gordon will look at them and they have room numbers on them. And then let's go back up.
Okay.
Lily, your group is where we'll go back to first. You just saw that lost and found place where those kids were staring at you.
Right.
You can either turn up north from there or continue to go around. I think you said you were going to go around, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do the loop and start heading
So-
south on the other side.
When you come around that edge over here down at the end of the street right here, you see the Silver Stars Armory and the Advocate. They're both signs labeled the buildings. And all these buildings are made of gold. Like everything in this town is made of gold. You see a little pathway that goes to a building right there, but you go past that and past Heavenly Garb and come by the front of Heavenly Garb, and you can tell it's a clothing store. You can look inside through the windows where the tower area is, and you see a bunch of displays with clothing. You come past that, see a business called Mythalunia, and it's you're not sure what it is, so you can make a roll under your wisdom. And you see the Palm Inn as well. Obviously it's an inn.
1 over.
So you don't know what Mythalunia is, and you come down, you see Holy Flame, and then the Grapevine. The Grapevine, you were told, is a place for rumors, and it's probably looks like a tavern when you come up to it. Right next to you is the Merchants of Heaven from the map, and you know they were going to go there, but that's where you make it up to. Eris,
Yes.
your group is right here by the Celestial Venue. What do you want to do?
Yeah, she would look at Valia, Ray, and Braid, so.
Huh?
She would look at Valia, Ray, and Braid and be like, so, I was gonna go there, but I just realized it's like a venue. It's like where people go to see people play. It's not gonna be somewhere where we can talk to like bards or anything like that. I thought that might be good.
It's more like a concert hall.
Yeah, basically. I wonder if there's anywhere else where you play. I don't know. I don't really know. That idea was kind of a bust.
So you want to head a different direction?
Yeah, let's head a different.
You want to go down this way?
Yeah, let's walk down that way.
Okay, you go past the Lovers Park and you go past the Perfectioner's Tavern and Inn. Looks like a tavern and inn. And the White Crab, and you can smell crab as you go past that place. Crab meat and lobster and seafood and yum. You want to turn here or go back that way?
Turn there.
So you're kind of going back the same way that she came from. You do notice this place called the Grand Heart Inn that he had mentioned to you as well. You come down here, same that she saw, and you headed that way. Inside the tavern, he tells you, I have our rooms.
Nice. We'll have there then. My idea was kind of robust. That was really weird. Walked up to this concert hall venue. There's nothing but men standing in line for this concert. It was really strange. I don't know.
What's the name of the place? Celestial Venue.
Celestial venue.
You see Gordon look at the guys like, Arco? Is that your name? He's like, yes. You know who's playing or performing at the Celestial Venue? He goes, oh yes, that comedian guy. I don't remember his name. Some comedian. Performer. Okay. He's like, I normally don't keep track of those kind of things. I'm sorry. Got other things going on. He goes, we don't really, down here at the docks, you don't really do that kind of thing. Yeah, that's for the northerners up there, he says. Of course, like, northerners? He's like, yeah, the highfalutin, high-to-do folks, you know, the rich folk, they live up in that northern area. Not everybody's rich in heaven? He's like, no, unfortunately, that's not the case. He said, are homeless people? He goes, no, we don't have anything like that. Everyone's taken care of.
Iris is starting her way that way.
Okay. All right. You all gather and can meet at the Saints Tavern and Inn. You come in the door and Gordon will get up and come over to you guys, hand you your keys. And you guys can go up and check your rooms out.
Okay.
Gordon goes up, you guys all go and start checking the rooms out. They're really nice. Rich. All normal furnishings and stuff like that. Nothing solid gold or anything like that, like you know some of this place is. But really nice. Like on the prime material plan, to be considered a 5-star place for sure. It's that nice.
Nice.
They have working plumbing. So there are 2 seashells. There's a toilet stool that you sit on. And there's 2 seashells to the right of you. It's almost like you're sitting on a throne that only has one arm. And one of them, a spell, the first one, when you push it, a spell goes off and cleans your bum. Cleans your bum up. The other one, when you push it, you feel your bum start to get warm and like relax. And, like, it will help you go potty if you're constipated. I know that's a lot of information. No need for toilet paper, no need for any of that. So there's 2 seashells.
Nice.
This is weird.
Some of them will get that Easter egg, but we'll see. I'm sure they will. So yeah. And they have showers and tubs, both. The choice of either or the other. You could take a bath, or you could take a shower. And it's all running water. It has handles that turn that are seashells.
Mm-hmm.
And one's warm and one's cold. You put them both and it's like lukewarm. They have shower heads that come down where it sprays showers like waterfall. And nice dry, it smells good, towels and things like that. This place is really, really nice. You guys are impressed with it. So, I hate to say this, but you do try to go to the bathroom, Lily. Gorgain has to too, and you guys can't. You realize you're really hungry still, and you need to eat. You feel weak, you don't feel quite right. So,
tell everybody I don't feel good, you guys.
Gorgain says, I feel the same way. It must be this difference in this plane.
I'm starving.
Tuffy's like, yeah, are you?
Yeah.
You already ate. You're
I ate
still hungry.
all that food and I'm still hungry.
Well, that was a long time coming, wasn't it?
It was.
That you didn't eat.
Eris would say, how long
And I need to go to the bathroom and I can't.
How long's it been since you guys ate?
A long time. Tuffy's like, well, let's make some more. And he pulls out a scroll and makes some more food for you guys while you're in the rooms.
Nice.
And you guys can eat again. That would satiate you, but it makes you really tired. Like you feel like you need to sleep. You're like, I haven't slept in years. And Gorgain, you look over at him, he's sitting in a chair. These places have a little fireplace in them. He's sitting at the chair by the fireplace and he's out. He's asleep already. You're like, what the
As
hell?
soon as he got full.
As soon as he got full, and you look over at Mal and he's drinking something. And he's kind of, you know, looks real droopy eyed.
Say, why don't you guys rest? Like, I know you got stuff to do, but we need you guys at your fullest.
Tuffy's like, yeah, I can meditate. That'll help. I'll go to. He's in the same room as Lily, Myra, and Gorgain. Gorgain's passed out. Tuffy goes over, sits by the fire, starts to meditate. He closes his eyes. You feel like you need sleep.
Pick a bed.
Myra
Tell Myra I gotta take a nap.
Myra agrees. She says, I'm
Feel
tanked.
good.
And you guys snuggle up in bed together and out like a light.
Eris just realized that there's some shit she needs to tell Gordon that she hasn't.
Okay.
Oh.
So does she go to Gordon's room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She goes over there and you see Mal. He's, like I told you, he's, just real droopy eyed and everything. And Vay's talking to Gordon and Zira about the whiskey. He's like, we need to find this whiskey guy, whoever it is. You think we could bring a spelljammer in here? Maybe that, one of your ships? And Gordon's like, possibly. I don't know how that works, but I am interested in finding out what that's all about. I wonder.
Eris would say that means there's another entrance, right?
You just come in, actually.
Oh,
You're
okay.
Zira's
I got
there.
you.
Yeah. And he's like, I wish we could find out. And then you come to the door. They open it.
She would like do that and then
Yeah.
open it.
All right. Hey.
Hey. What's up, guys? Lily, Myra, fucking Al, man. You're out cold.
Well, Mal was at. He looks over and you see a Mal's passed out of the chair.
Yeah.
Says rings of sustenance.
So, I guess I don't need one because mine's gone and I'm fine. I'm not hungry, I'm not tired.
Oh, that's strange. Maybe you never were.
Good. Well, I've had it on since I was created, so I guess I never.
Maybe you took on the energy? Is that possible?
I don't know.
Anyway, we were talking
I should
and
go sit down.
we were wondering if a spelljammer could get here because we saw, and they explained to you that they saw spelljamming ships.
That's interesting. Doesn't that mean that there's another entrance?
Velia and Ray,
Yeah.
Yes.
you're sitting in the room by yourself with Ray. He's just sitting there. And you see, after a little bit, when Ares gets up and leaves, he stands there for a little bit, and then he stands up and walks that way. And follows her. So he's with you when you go in there. So Velia and Ray, you're alone with nobody in your room.
Well, why not?
We find out what everybody's doing.
Yeah. You wanna go see?
Yeah.
Let's go. So we get up
Okay.
and we go see.
All right.
Oh, I did. I watched
Like
that.
any good vacation
I'm sorry.
or holiday, you spend the first 12 hours, whatever it is, sleeping in the hotel. 'Cause you're
Yeah.
fucking wore out. No.
Yeah.
You go into the room, they're all in there talking. Okay.
Okay, who said that?
Okay. Gordon will tell you that they were talking about spell jammers, you know. He starts bringing that up about a ship, if he could bring a ship here. But he was talking about wanting to find some kind of, we don't even know what it's called. We need to know what it's called. It's probably not alcohol.
Legends of Lore on Eros? What that?
Okay, so your Legends and Lore does not work as well in heaven as it does on the Prime, just so you're aware. That's why I'm asking what you're rolling.
Right, that makes
So,
sense.
yeah, you can go ahead and make a roll.
36?
You make it. The Nectar of Gods is what they call it. Well, that's what you think it could be. You're like, I've heard of this thing called the Nectar of Gods. It originally came out of Olympus and has since then been adopted into different forms of alcohol, or not alcohol, but euphoric drinking substance.
She would say, I've heard of this thing called the Nectar of Gods. It's kind of like what you're talking about, but they don't call it alcohol. Originally came out of Olympus. Worth looking into.
Okay. Bay stands up and walks over to the door. He goes, I'll be right back. I'm going to go downstairs and see what I can order down there. Go down.
She to Gordon at that point.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
So like I haven't had 2 seconds, but I gotta tell you some shit.
About that point, you get a telepathic message from Bay as he's going down the stairs. Gordon turns and looks at you like, yeah, you know. Bay says, hey, so the reason I brought that conversation up earlier about E30 is like I saw that dude at the house, like touching and kissing on you and shit. I was just curious, is your relationship open, or is that, do you have it? You seem like there was a problem.
That fucking guy. she would say,
Oh.
give me just 1 minute. That's what she wanted to talk to Gordon about.
Okay.
She'll tell him, give me just a minute. So she'll pick Gordon up. I'm pretty sure. So, you know how Neos gain consciousness? Do you know anything about that?
No.
No? So basically the way it works is smatterings of magic joined together to create a consciousness. And Neo can raise in power by absorbing other Neos. And I think that's what Boren was trying to get me to do.
What?
Like, yeah, like he started talking about this thing called like memory sharing or something, and like it kind of made me uncomfortable, and I was like, okay, you know, whatever. And then when you guys left and you guys went to the team out meeting, I went and got some training from the rest. I didn't know it was gonna be the rest when I went to go get the training, but he's like the avatar of fate, right? So he's not supposed to intervene.
No.
Well,
I've never seen him
specifically
intervene.
told me not to do that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I've never heard him say anything like that. It's always a riddle. What are you talking-
Did
he riddle it to you?
No, it was clear. He specifically told me that he does not think that I should memory share with Warren because it would rob me of my experience. Just like that. I know. Right?
What are you saying? Are you saying he's trying to get with you, or that he's trying to kill you? What are you telling me?
I think for him it's both. Like I think it's a
Oh, hell no.
I think it's a Neo thing, like it's a joining of consciousness. But I would be gone. Because he's stronger than I am.
Have you told anybody else this?
No.
I wouldn't tell Lily. Well, maybe I would, but That's gonna piss some people. That pisses me off. Now I want to hurt the motherfucker. He's trying to kill you? Absorb you?
I don't think he sees it that way. Does that make sense? But I do. I don't know. The
So,
whole thing kinda
because he's more powerful, he can absorb you. And
yeah. Yeah.
what if I chopped him up in little pieces and you absorbed him all slowly?
I don't think it works like
Bunch of fucking shit, man. Damn.
I needed to tell you. I know that that was really intense and that we've got this mission and there's things we need to do, but like, I just gotta be honest about some of the shit that's been going on, and there hasn't been 2 seconds for me to say anything. So, that's what's up.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
I don't know.
At that point, Vay walks in with a bottle. Nectar of Gods.
Oh, nice.
So,
What is it exactly?
I asked him.
Is that
Yeah. He looks over, he goes, I asked him what it was, and he said it's like alcohol. And I said, no, what is it? He says, no one knows. No one knows what that is. You either want it or you don't. And I was like, well, I want it. He's like, be careful with it. You got a room, you'll be sleeping. I'm like, well, so is it like sleep poison or what? He says, for humans it is. And I said, well, I'm not a human. And he said, oh. And I looked at him and was like, thank you. And I left. So I don't know. He was going to ask more questions, and I didn't want to get into all that. He pulls out some whiskey, pours it in a glass that's on the table, and then takes his stuff and like just drops one drop in it. And takes it, puts it in the cap. Start slow. See what it does?
Yeah.
I asked him if it would kill me. He said no.
Okay. You go first.
Cheers. Woo! Whoa!
You good?
Oh yeah, we're good. I'm good. That's wonderful.
Ray would say, look, let me have some. I want to
I
try.
hand you a glass.
Just a drink.
Okay.
Hand it to Delia.
You immediately feel it like you would if it was alcohol. You like immediately feel it. You do too. He goes over and puts a couple more glasses down and pours 2 more whiskeys and puts 1 drop in each of them. He's like, keep that here. To Dusty, he says, and he kind of holds it up. Gord's like, are you guys getting drunk? He's like, yep.
All 3 of them.
Well, I guess Lily and them are sleeping. Yeah. Okay. How long does that last? He's like, I have no idea. We'll see. I'm still capable, he says.
This is the first thing that's had any effect on us since we became immortal.
It is, and you feel great. You're like, wow, this is wonderful. It's not, overbearing or anything.
Nice.
But it affects you, which surprises you, obviously.
A drop.
A drop. Yeah.
In a glass of whiskey. 1 drop did that
I
to you.
wonder what that would do to a human. Would it just knock them out?
He goes, I'm guessing it'll fuck them up. I'm guessing it might be a poison. I don't know. We just want to do a little bit, like.
Like maybe a drop of bottle.
It's interesting though. He walks over. He's like, hey, Mal. Try this alcohol for me real quick. He's like, I'm sleeping, man. He's like, I need to know if it's good, if I need to purchase it, what I need to. Takes a drink and hands it to him. Whew. Mal wakes up. He's like, his eyes open up. He's like, that's pretty good. Wow. You see him stand up. Whoa.
How'd it make you feel? What'd it do?
I feel great, he says. I feel like $1 million. go on top of the world like I slept 8 hours. Let's see. Yeah, I feel great. You guys feel like you have a buzz. That's it. You just feel like you've got a buzz. He's like, I feel wonderful. Wow. Have some more of that? He's like, I don't know. Okay. He hands it to him. Mal takes another drink. He makes some more for himself and lets Mal drink that and lets you guys drink yours. And you finish a whole glass after, 15 minutes or 20 minutes or so, and you feel great. You don't feel bad. You don't feel like drunk, but you got a buzz. Vague doesn't, he pours another one and starts doing it. And Mal, after his first glass, he's pretty talkative. After his second glass, he starts to slur his words a little bit. And Vague watches him and gives him a third, and Mal passes out on the third, drunk as shit. You guys are on your third, and you just got a great buzz. You feel like you're real relaxed. You feel like everything's fine. Great.
Nice.
And you don't know really what it tastes like or anything because it was mixed in with the whiskey, so you have no idea what straight what it would do to you, anything like that. He just put one drop in each ears, and you feel great.
Nice.
He's like, so this is what I need. This is what we need. We will put this in every whiskey bottle we sell.
Figure out a way to get it back to the prime.
That's
Enough of it.
That's the thing. I mean, I know that's not why we're here, but it's what a great. I mean,
Yeah.
we can just talk to them, find out how to come here and how to, how we get it. What's the way to do, or if they deliver, or what. Gord's like, yeah, we need to figure out if we can bring the Spelljammer here. Because if we can, that can improve our chances a great deal.
You have the ring on, right?
I do.
Do you feel like you can connect with it? Like, I've got mine, I haven't tried, but do you feel like you could connect with the Spelljammer?
I haven't tried.
That's Eris.
No.
No? Okay.
Can you?
I'll try.
You try and you feel like it almost reaches. You think maybe you could put your own energy in and do it. You realize you could reach out and naturally feel the need to do that, but you realize what's happening before you do it.
I'll kind of pull back.
Okay.
I feel like it's different for me.
What do you mean?
I could put my energy into it and reach it.
So you could bring it here.
I don't know how much energy it would require, but yeah, probably. I think. I don't know. So you didn't see what happened to me last time I did that? You weren't there. I don't know. Can I
What
tell?
happened to you?
I cast that teleport and it fucking rocked my world. Like, I'm guessing I can do up to Night Circle before it kills me.
Oh, we don't want you to. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want you to die.
You asked.
You can kill yourself like that? Using your abilities?
Yeah.
That's not good.
That's
Don't ever
why-
use something that'll kill yourself to save any of us. Don't do that. He looks at you. I'm serious, don't.
Great. That look.
There's
though.
always a way, other ways. You don't have to, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. So, I guess let's get some shut-eye for those people that need it and relaxation time for do it for another 7 hours or so, and then
Something like that.
we'll start again.
Okay.
So, you guys have
Oh, shit.
all that time. So Lily, and Myra, and Mal, and Gorgane, and Tuffy, or actually not Tuffy, Gorgane, are all out for 8 hours. Tuffy, out for 1 hour. Gordon doesn't need to sleep, neither does Velia, neither does Ray.
Neither does Era's
Neither
or
does
Zero.
Era's or Zero braid. So maybe we should scout around and try to get some answers while they're sleeping.
Eris would
'Cause
say
everything
my
seems to
thought
be
was-
okay, you know.
Yeah. Eris would say my thought was trying to find some bards maybe we could talk to because they know a lot. You know what
It's
I
that
mean?
place what is it, the Grapevine? That's where we need to go.
Grapevine?
Probably.
Okay.
Let's go there.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
All right. So you guys gather everybody up except for those sleeping, and you leave the Saints Tavern and Inn and start heading down that direction, down the docks. You see a place called Bottles and a place called Angel Food, and then the Merchant's Heaven. It's right there. When you walk up to the Merchants of Heaven, Vay's like, let's go in and see what we got to do.
Do Velia and Ray and Vay split off from them to go to the Merchants of Heaven, or do they all go?
They all went together.
Okay.
Do you all want to go in here? You guys got other places you want to go? I just want to drop in here real quick and see what it's all about, you know?
Why don't the three of you go in so we're not in one big group?
Okay.
That's what Eris would say.
The three of us?
Yeah.
Okay. Gordon, Zira, and Vay.
No, that's not what she was thinking. But yeah, she'll be like, yeah, sure.
Okay.
She was thinking
Yeah.
Vay, Velia, and Ray. But that's fine.
Yeah, Gordon wants his hands in this deal.
Lily.
It's his whiskey, technically.
You wake up to a piercing white radiance in front of your eyes of a being with a swept-back flaming helm of radiance, and it's coming out the being's eyes and out the being's mouth, and it's looking at you. It's right in front of you, and you can hear the crackling of the radiance and everything. And like, what the hell? And you reach to grab Myra, and she's not there. And then you wake up in the bed. You look over and you see Myra's asleep. You haven't dreamed in a long time. It freaks you out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it startles you. What the fuck? You don't hear anybody. Nobody else is in the room. You look around, it's just you two.
So, was it like the dreams that she used to have back in the beginning of Beacon
Yes.
and all of that?
Yes.
Like it's more real than
Yeah.
not?
Uh-huh. Absolutely.
Is it? Oh, it's always daylight here. I can't tell how long I've been
Nighttime.
asleep or anything.
No, sure.
Yeah.
You want to get up and...
No, I'm gonna stay sitting there.
Okay.
We'll telepathy Gordon and Zira and Eris.
Okay.
Hey, you guys.
You know, they answer, all three.
All three.
Yeah.
Um,
What's up? Eris says.
Do you remember when I used to have those dreams that were really real?
You hear a scream next to you. It startles you and you realize you're getting up again, that you were still sleeping. And as you come up, you see Myra up and she's like, and she turns and looks at you like, fuck, it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. Oh my God. You're like, am I awake or am I asleep is what you're thinking.
Yeah.
It feels really real, like you are awake.
Out loud,
Yeah.
I will say Brazil.
She looks at you.
Am I awake?
Yes. You think? Myra is still like not sobbing, she's just breathing heavily,
Grab her.
and she has her hand on her sword. She's like, what the fuck, man? Spiders. I mean, just like crawling all over me and in my skin, laying eggs in my ears, and it was horrible. Fuck.
Goodness.
She starts to yawn.
You okay now?
Yeah, it was just a fucking dream. It's just a dream. I haven't dreamed in a long time, Lily. She lays back down and like wraps her arm around you and snuggles into you.
I had a nightmare too.
You did? She starts asking you what
I
happened.
don't think it was actually a dream.
Was that all built up?
You were. You
Yours
didn't-
wasn't a nightmare necessarily. You weren't.
Right. it was-
You were startled because you haven't dreamed in a long time. So you really thought it was real.
Right.
The radiance thing didn't really startle you though. It just was surprising. Suddenly there's flame in your face kind of thing.
I'll tell her about
Okay.
what happened.
She tells you it's just a dream. No, it's odd we both had them. Wonder if Gorgain and... You see her kind of open her eyes and look at you. She goes, Gorgain. He's a
I'll look
berserker.
around.
He's a berserker,
Yeah.
she says. She leans up and looks for Gorgain, and you see him over in the corner sleeping. She's like... She turns and looks at you, and she's like, do you have his trinket?
No. I don't. I think Eras or Zira has it. I don't remember.
We need to find out. About that point, you see Gorgain kind of go...
Oh, Gordon, off telepathy. Gordon, guys, I need help.
Gordon's like, what's going on?
Gorgain's coming out of a nightmare and berserker.
Myra grabs your hand and starts heading for the door.
I'll go with
Slowly and quietly, she's like,
her. Move silent.
so move silent. Okay.
Really?
Do you want me to roll it?
Yeah.
I'll use those skills instead. Yep.
You guys manage to get to the door silently. She opens it and moves silently and makes no noise. You go out.
Yep.
She goes back and closes it. When that happened, Gordon, we're gonna go back. You guys just said we should go in and we should split up. And then Gordon says, Lily needs help.
Let's go. We're trying.
Gorgain, he says, I'll be back. And he just teleports. He appears, you hear the pop inside of
The room.
the room where you were. You guys are just standing in the hallway,
there,
yeah.
Just waiting.
You hear a kind of a growl and a rumble and a blade, and then you hear nothing. Just silent whispers and talks. Well, it was a nightmare, he says. Yeah. You come in,
Yeah.
see Gordon standing there with the anchor. And he goes, well, it's about time. You see it's on a chain. He goes, it's about time. He goes, he puts it on his neck.
On Gordon's
Gorgain's-
neck.
Yeah, Gorgain's like, what are you doing? He goes, this is your trinket. I know what it is. He said, when you want to rage, give it to me. Otherwise, wear it. You see him kind of look. Okay. That sounds good. He goes over and he's like, I had a nightmare, Lily.
You want to talk about it?
No, it's not important. I just had a nightmare. Just glad you girls weren't here. Myra's like, we work fucking here.
We were.
And he's like, oh, well, I didn't mean to scare you. She goes,
It's okay.
what would have happened if we wouldn't have woke up? We had nightmares too. You did?
That's why we were awake and could see that you were fixing to have the same thing happen to you.
It's like, I think everything's good now. we were getting ready to go into the Merchants Guild, the Merchants thing.
Okay.
He starts walking.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Telepath's back to you guys. Era's and Sirius, so everything's okay.
Good.
He leaves and goes down, and you guys are still in the room with Gorgain. He just kind of turns and looks at you guys, and you can see the trinket. He's wearing it. You're like, why didn't anybody do that before? You know. And,
Right.
yeah. He looks down at it a couple times before he lays back down.
Lay back down.
You go to sleep again. Eras, Gordon gets back. You and Vay and them are just kind of standing out in front of that place. You kind of look around at the water and shit like that, and you look, as Gordon leaves, you see this black and purple, sleek, aerodynamic looking like vessel come down. And it lands into the ocean, just kind of skims the ocean a little bit, and then just comes in. And it comes all the way up. When Gordon appears, or when Gordon comes walking back, you see him coming down the docks. It comes all the way to this little dock right here next to you guys, and parks right here.
She'll look at it.
So
Wonder if we could ask them.
it's aerodynamic. Kind of looks like a futuristic sports car. I don't know, but it's in that shape. Maybe. I don't know who it is.
Let's wait and see.
So you guys wait a little bit, just standing there. Ray, your horse is with you. Your unicorn's with you.
I would ask her, she'd be like, Nixie, do you know anything about what they're talking about? About trying to get a spelljamming vessel in here?
No, she just knows that she's seen them in and out, come in and out, and that when one's broken, it goes into that building, that Noah's building.
Interesting.
Yep, shipyard right here. Yard, shipyard. You guys see this thing stop and then a door open. And out comes a woman dressed in purples and blues that stars glimmer in her clothing, and it's a flowing gown and there's stars in it.
Like Willac?
Huh?
Like Willac? Like Willac's priestesses?
Yeah, there's like stars all in it. Yes, like Willac's priestesses. And she looks like she's got a flowing gown or flowing skirt on, but she looks gypsy-esque. And there are 6 men that are bald, dark complected, that are with her, that all have scimitars on their hips. An old woman that has green eyes that you can see from where you're at. They're glowing so bright. She just comes out. She comes out with a cane, walking with this other lady who's smiling at her. Very beautiful looking. Woman's probably 8 feet tall. And she has wings. She's gypsy-esque, but she has wings like what would appear to be white, angelic looking wings. And the old woman does too, but her wings they look decrepit, old. And the 8 of them come down the docks right there and go into that building straight in front of you guys, called Angel's Dust right here.
She would say to Gordon, "Oh, looks like she was. Look at her." So I don't know if she is or not, but she's got the same vibe.
Yeah. Should we approach her?
Probably not.
Let's go over to this rumor place and try to find out some information before we do anything else. And Vay's like, well, but we're here. Gordon kind of looks at him and looks at the merchant's building. He's like, it's not going anywhere, man. I'm not going to stop you, but as a group, we should all go to the grapevine together. And he starts walking that way.
There's zero
Yeah.
following.
Vay just watches. He's like, okay, all right,
Come on, Vay.
cool. He comes. I feel good. It's all right.
She just realized, Eris, that she never telepathed Vay back.
Right.
What did he ask her?
About that guy Riven, about Riven.
Warren?
Or Vorin, sorry. About that guy Vorin.
You guys are in an open relationship.
That's right. She'll be like, so to answer your question, this motherfucker is what she'll say. I think this motherfucker wants to kill me, man. Like,
Who faces to you?
that guy you asked me about last night.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, I did too until just now. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Space case.
What's up with him?
So, I don't know what you know about Neo, but to gain in power, essentially Neos absorb each other.
Brutal, he says to you.
Right? Well, we're made of magic.
Yeah.
Smatterings of the cosmos left over when the gods created the universe. And to make consciousness, we gathered together. That's what she tells them.
He's like
And this
looking at you as you're
motherfucker-
telepathying to him. He's like looking at you like, what the fuck?
This motherfucker wants to absorb me to become more powerful. I'm pretty sure.
Well, I noticed you were uncomfortable, he said. About that point, you guys come out in the right at the very front of the grapevine. And Gordon goes in.
I'm going.
They will say to you, and you want some help with that?
What do you mean? What kind of help?
I mean, you don't like the guy, right?
No, I don't. Like, obviously, like, you know, he's a Magna alumni.
I'm not gonna hurt you,
No,
like
that's
harm you
cool,
physically, but you know, I could always. Somebody's fucking with you like that, and he wants to kill you. He deserves whatever he gets. You can always drop a rumor or two.
She
Without him wanting to
smiles
absorb
when he
women.
says it. I like it.
Is he married?
I have no idea.
I wonder what happened to his wife if he's not, or
Yeah, well, he has a kid, so something.
yeah, right.
The absorber? How tragic.
That would be a tragic rumor to have as a bard. People would not look kindly upon you anymore. Yeah, you know, if somebody was going to do something like that anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I don't think you'll have to worry about anything. You're good. I just ignore him, he says. Anyway, you guys walk into this, you guys walk into this place, and there are people everywhere, all over the place. This place is packed full of people. Kind of like like the Star Wars scene when they walk into the.
Right.
It's like that. There's people everywhere, all different races of strange races. People with wings, people with horns. You see a fucking beholder in the corner, and he's sitting with two Yeti. You've never met a Yeti. You don't know what a Yeti is, but these two beast-like creatures that are sitting next to him on each side. They seem to be very intelligent. They don't look like monsters. Like, they look very intelligent, and they're actually clothed with different clothing. And your question was, are there bars? Yes, there's music playing, and you look over and you see that there's a stage, and there's 3 or 4 bars on the stage playing music right now. One has some kind of air instrument, wind instrument. You're not sure what it is, like an oboe or something. You're not sure. The other one has some kind of drum-like set where he's playing these little tiny drums that are all in front of him with his 2 little sticks. And then the other one's instrument is like a trumpet. It's like a trumpet. All of them are human except the one that's playing the oboe-like instrument. And he looks like the angels that you guys saw with the dog heads. That's what he looks like. Just like.
Oh, Aries didn't see those.
Yeah, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, various races of all sorts of people all around. And so Valia, Ray, you detect a dragon when you walk in the door. As soon as you guys go through the door, you can feel a dragon. Somewhere off in the distance of the tavern, you know the direction, but it's so crowded and so many people, you're not sure. You'd have to kind of walk over there and look around to do that.
She'll like, you know.
Gordon goes to the left immediately and sits down at an open table. Right there, it's a round table and he sits down. It's like a booth table.
Yep.
The center of the table lights up for a second, like yellow. And then you see this image appear. It looks like a waitress. Human, female. She starts singing a song, having something like to do with the grapevine that she had heard rumor through the grapevine, something. Grapevine, and then she says, "Welcome to the grapevine. Can I take your order?" So rich, you guys. Can you hear us? Of course I can hear you. What can I get you guys? We're new to town. Some food and drinks, I guess, and maybe some conversation. She goes, "Oh, you're looking for conversation? Wonderful. No problem. I'll be out in a moment," she says, and then it goes, disappears again.
What was that? She's like,
Really
what's
cool.
that?
Kind of illusion or something. Zira, did you see that?
Did she?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it.
Well, it wasn't illusion then.
Well, if I believed it,
Oh,
I didn't try to disbelieve it.
okay. After a few moments, this brownie, female brownie, comes up to your table, climbs up on top of it. She's got an apron and everything on. Minnie, you guys said you wanted to order some stuff and we're looking for some conversation, which usually means that people are wanting to buy information. Now, for me, I like trinkets, collectibles. Other forms of payment will do, but as you can tell, it's got to kind of be on the side of little. You know, like I couldn't take a big broadsword as payment, or a bunch of heavy gold, or that kind of thing. Let's start off with your food and drink. Vay goes, I was told that everything's free in this city, food and drink. She goes, yes. Bring us the best thing you got. Okay, I can do that. And as far as drinks go, he goes, do you got anything similar to the Nectar of Gods? It's along the same lines. And she kind of looks at him for a second and narrows her eyes, and she's like, no. Oh. Okay, we'll take a bottle of that. She goes, of course you will. He's an alcoholic, isn't he? I can spot him. She says that out loud, and Vay's like, no, I just like I'm a connoisseur of those kind of things. It's like, oh, okay. I come from a long line, a big history of people who clean up after others. And I can tell you, I can spot those that puke on themselves pretty quickly. She kind of looks at me. I've never puked on myself. She goes, are we having fun yet? What's going on here? He says, and she goes, well, you came for information. Ray kind of scratches his head like that. And Gordon's just kind of smiling, looking at it all. He's like, yeah, he's just kind of. Maybe I should talk to one of the adults, she says to Bay, and turns and looks over at Belia and Ray. And she's like, can I help you guys? Is there something you're looking for?
Dinner?
Well, I've got that coming. I mean information. You guys came here for information, I'm sure.
I know, I don't want to high charisma. I should be able to think of it
Right.
off the top of my head.
Gordon says, if we're wanting to smuggle something, how do we go about that? Or is it easy to just become a merchant? And she kind of smiles and looks at us. Ah, now that's a question. There's plenty of smugglers, yes. Are you looking for one? Bay's like, yeah, I guess so, unless we can try to become merchants somehow a legal way. That's what we prefer. She goes, you.
Zero would kind of giggle, you know, she's been quiet this whole time. She kind of giggles.
The merchants of heaven, dear. Let me tell you that the circle of the way that things work. The merchants of heaven are reputable members of heaven that have been chosen, or shall we say, vetted into the positions that they're in. Yes. It would be very difficult for someone new to become a merchant of Lumia. So what about the stuff that's coming in? Are there merchants outside of Lumia who do business with people inside of Lumia? She goes, oh no, everything's done through the Merchants Council, the Heavens Council. Anything that comes in or out is completely connected and controlled by members of heaven. She kind of goes like that and looks around. She's like, except for smugglers. But of course, that all depends on what you're trying to smuggle. There's different punishments for different crimes, which means different prices for different things. And she just kind of stands there for a minute. Bay looks at Gordon, he looks at him, like they look at each other. What's the punishment for smuggling out the nectar of the gods? She goes, oh, well, not bad, not good, but not bad. It all depends on whether you get caught, of course, what the punishment is. He goes, of course, but let's just say we got caught. She goes, no, let's not say that happened. I'll tell you what. So how new are you? Do you even understand time yet? No. Okay, so 30-hour days. Should be easy for you to remember. Time is every 10 hours there will be the holy sound.
Every 10 hours?
Yes. And that marks what portion of the day it is. There are 3 sections to days. Morning, midday, and evening. Each starts at the music. The next one will be evening. So, yes, meet me this evening. Say an hour after the celestial music. Does that sound doable?
Where? Here? Here?
Oh no, dear, no. There's a place called Four Corners, not far from here. If you just go down the street, to the end of the street, you will see it. It's right after Ranger's Rest.
Okay.
Meet there. It's kind of a gaming hall, but it's a good place for us to have conversations that we don't want heard. And at that point, Brooke goes, all of us come, and she goes, I would prefer if but a few came. Maybe you say 3. Is that fair? Gordon goes, I'd feel more comfortable with 5. She's like, well, I suppose you're not going to try anything. All right, I'll have your food here shortly, and we'll see you in the evening, as we call it.
Okay.
Just ask for Millie when you get to the door. She hops down, goes away from the table, saunters like a vixen all the way across the board. It's like a miniature.
Yayla.
It's like a miniature Yayla or Eras, but really smart ass. Like really smart. Like she's curvy, even though she's just this little thing, you know. And she leaves.
I just would say, I wonder if there's a Bard's College or anything like that around here.
No, you should ask
I
her.
should have asked her. I didn't think about it until after she started to walk off.
Yeah,
Good place for information about heaven, though.
I guess so. I think that'd probably be a good idea for you. For sure. But their currency is weird, so she's gonna want something small.
She is.
We need to figure out what we've got that might work, and it's gonna have to be enough depending on what the smuggling is. So at this point, we're already doing something illegal in heaven. I mean, that didn't take long.
Right?
Gordon goes, well, you know, our main plan is much more illegal. We have the location.
We do.
I'm going to contact Alexandria and let her know where we're at.
We have a conversation. I guess we'd say. She wants to hear.
Alexandria. Yes, Gordon. Erez and I are in on this conversation. We have made our way to Lunia. And we are at Heart's Faith, and we have a room. And we have been blending in. Erez has, or Ray has, gained a friend. She's gotten a unicorn as a mount. Alexandra replies back, she's like, oh, well, tell her I said congratulations. Well, so we have found where the Citadel is located. You have?
It's not there right now, but it's the exact location where we came through the portal.
Really?
Yeah.
That is where the Citadel appears?
Yes. It's not
Do you know
there.
when or how often? Or?
We don't.
Ray's in there with them, right?
Yeah.
So her unicorn is outside. just waits outside. It doesn't seem odd at all, actually. She just goes over and lays down in the grass. But Alexandra will say, so that's good news. So in a way, you've already completed your quest.
We can try to find out more information.
We need to find out where he is and when he'll be there. I mean, if it's... Yeah.
Yeah.
There's gotta be someone around there that knows.
For sure. Ray's unicorn's the one who gave us the information.
Well, maybe she
so
knows.
we could ask
If
her.
we could figure out when the Citadel is going to be there, then we'll know. You know, you guys are already there.
We are.
I mean, I'm not saying that this will be that easy, but yeah, just gain more information. Try to find out more information
Okay.
about what and when, you know,
Yeah.
so we can make a better decision based on that. The war is not going well.
No.
No.
What's going on?
The undead piled in and piled in and piled in, but most of them were taken care of by 2 whirlpools, so they didn't pile up high enough for a bridge to be made.
Oh.
The angelic beings were present as well. It did not go well. It's over. Currently, the gate to the Prime has been suspended or something. There was some sort of magical effect that took place by the portal, and it knocked all of them out that were the entrances into Linnea. No. No. The portals that are located by Harmony Beach are permanent portals.
Right.
That's how everyone comes to heaven. They're not working now.
Oh.
Something happened. Maybe try to find out some of that information. I don't know if it would be useful or not, but you know, yeah. I'm trying to find out more, but it seems like the only way we could come to you right now would be through the same portal that you went through. And we don't know that for sure.
One of the things that we were told by her unicorn was that there are many, many portals all over that field that go to different locations. That's what she told us.
A valley of portals?
I guess so.
Interesting. I'm not saying you're stuck in heaven right now. I'm sure there are ways we could get you back out, but once we get you back out, how can we get you back in? We need to make sure these portals are still working. We pulled out of the portal at the Imperial Citadel with the orcs. You had no need for them on your side, and we had no need for them to guard you. We do have members of the Temple of Nera presently in that room where that portal is. They're hidden. They will be watching over the portal. I can attempt to try to send someone through to see if it still works. Make sure it still works.
If you feel it necessary. So we'll just stay here and continue to gather information until...
I'll let you know when I know anything new, and you do the same.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you, Alexandra.
Job well done. Thank you. Feel the disconnect. George's like, so we've been here for how long? Not even close, right?
Pull out her watch and look at the time.
So your watch won't work here?
It's just stop.
Well, no, it's working, like it's ticking. So but the numbers are going to change because it goes 30-hour day.
It's useless.
Well, it's not useless, but you could time so
Yeah.
But so you guys came through the portal. You were there for probably an hour, so you probably got about 9 hours. Yeah, or when you went there for this, probably about 8 hours, 8.5 hours left before the next music thing goes on. Speaking of which, Vay will say we need to make sure that we're immune to that when it happens.
So Eris would say, I could try to charm everybody here, yeah?
Yeah, let's come up with another way.
Okay. Yeah, I got nothing she'd say. I don't know. Earplugs? What
Silence. I can protect myself, he says.
the fuck? Great. Lily's not there, is she?
No.
Um,
They bring
Eris
food.
would
They bring
say-
food and drinks to the table. It's 2 little brownie guys, and they bring them in. And it's with magic. They're just holding their hands up, and it's levitating, and they just put it on the tables. Enjoy your meal. Enjoy your drink.
Thank you. Eris,
You-
after they walk away.
You kind of look around. You realize there is a bar in the center.
Yeah.
And as your eye starts to gaze around, you realize it's being run by brownies. That's all you see is brownies.
Oh. Interesting.
Some of them are sweeping, some of them are cleaning glasses, some of them are pouring drinks. It's all brownies.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so Eris what?
I forget what I was gonna say. So what was Eris would say? Gordon, doesn't Lily have that watch that does like a 15-foot radius of silence
She
or
does.
something? Maybe we could use
If she
that.
still has it,
I don't know if she still has it, but we could ask her about it
that would
when she
work.
wakes up.
That would work. We definitely need to let her know that before, we need to wake her up before that time comes.
Yeah. She hasn't slept in a long time. I don't know how long she's gonna sleep for.
Which brings to mind that we'll have to wake them, and then she'll have to do that, and then we'll have to hustle immediately over to that place.
She said an hour after, right?
Did she say an hour after?
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, yeah, still. Should be it. We
Right?
should be good.
That's what
Yeah.
she said, right?
Yeah.
Now we're after things.
Yeah. You guys eat and drink a little bit, and food here in heaven is so good. And yeah, it's just so good. You don't, when you eat and eat and eat and eat, you don't get stuffed, you don't get full, you don't feel like if you eat another bite you're gonna explode or anything like that.
None of my characters eat. Zera's got her jerky.
Yeah. So yeah. Ford says, well, we could probably go now unless you want to ask some more questions.
I kind of want to know where the Bard's College is. Not that we have to go
He
right
taps
now.
the table where that thing is. He's like, tap, tap. Tap. She appears. Yes. He's like, hey, that worked. Cool.
Good work, good job. Is there a Bard's College or anything in town?
The University of Lunia is here within the City of Heart's Faith. It's not a bard's college per se. It's many forms of learning. It is a complete university. Professors of all walks of life. in Peacejoy is the University of Planar Studies as well. I do know that that's for the most part affiliated with things that you're probably not looking for. But those are the educational places.
Is there like a hot spot where like bards like to go to hang out?
She tells you about the venue where the bards play the big concerts, the celestial venue, that a lot of performers of all walks perform there. She tells you sometimes we have bards here, as you can see.
She's starting to get the feeling that it's not like what she's thinking. It's not like on the Prime, you
She
know.
tells you the Perfectioners Tavern and Inn and the Grand Heart Inn all have performers. And sometimes they tell you that sometimes the Heart's Faith Flight School Band will play. Various places they'll have parades and stuff like that. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Is that what you were looking for?
Kind of.
Okay. Anything else I can help you with?
Thank you.
Bring something small this evening, she says, so that we can have our conversation.
Something small.
She's making us pay us just to talk, sounds like. But with the way she's doing, I understand.
What can we do then?
Have a dagger. Braids and flute.
Dagger and a flute.
Dagger is the smallest thing at home.
It's probably as tall as she is, though, isn't it? So,
How big's the flute that I have?
as tall as she
As
is,
tall as she is.
it'd be like,
Mm.
so yeah, we need to come up with something.
I say go shopping, but we're poor bastards.
I don't know, we've got things we could trade. Yeah, some of us have a little money.
Am I
Vay
not
goes,
customs?
Vay says, don't worry about pay, no matter what it is. I got it. All right then. Pats him on the shoulder.
When no customs, let me know if things like Wolfsbane and Blackroot are legal in the city. Is right.
Yeah, go ahead and roll it.
It's under wisdom.
Under
right?
wisdom, so
Oh yeah, best roll she could do.
the term would be, are there any illegal substances within the city of Hartsfaith? And the answer is yes.
They're illegal.
Yeah, there's lots of illegal things.
No, she wanted to know if they were illegal.
Specifically, any fauna from a location other than heaven is illegal here. So under that, neither one of those are legal. They're both illegal.
She has so many herbs on her right now
Yeah.
that are illegal.
Yeah, for sure.
So many.
Are they in her bag of holding?
She doesn't have a bag of holding.
Okay, so yeah, you're walking around with contraband. Lots of it. You realize that now when you think about the spell.
She would tell Balia.
So-
telepathy.
About that point, the spell goes away. It should have got away a little bit earlier, but I'm going to give that to you just because we were there and I forgot. Yeah, but the spell goes away. Now what that means is you know what you've learned up to this point.
Okay. Alright.
That's it.
She would telepathy Balia and tell her, she'd be like, so I just realized through that custom spell that any herbs that aren't from here are illegal.
Is this arrows?
No.
Ray?
That's Ray to Valia. And she's like, and as you know, I kind of have a thing for herbs. I have a whole bag of different kinds of herbs, healing herbs, black root, wolfsbane, sage. Like, I have black root infused wolfsbane.
Just don't pull it out. And now I'm nervous because I have wolfsbane. Even though it doesn't affect me anymore.
Smoke it. Why do we have it? I forgot it was in there.
Yes. Forgot to. I did.
The door opens next to you guys, and in walks another brownie. This brownie is glowing all over. He has a crown on his head that is silver in color and has a few gemstones in it, and it's glowing. And his eyes are kind of glowing a silver color, like a covering over brown eyes, but all the white and everything is like got a silver filter over it all. As suits of armor on, has a suit of armor on. He's only this tall, and swords and a shield strapped to his back. He has a halo above him that's just floating there in this radiant energy above his head. It makes a cute little because he's so little. And he walks in and kind of looks around, looks over at your table for a second, looks around, hops down the step, hops down the next step, hops down the last step. You see him kind of go like this. And he just walks over to the bar. Then he leaps like a Superman jump and just goes over the bar and lands on the other side. Disappears from your sight. You see the brownies, you would notice the brownies start to move quicker and get things done, like they start to move around like this.
Oh, like he might be the boss of it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He's definitely the boss.
Gordon's like,
Sarah, this is strange. I've never seen Faye just out in the open like that.
that's really weird. You guys finish your meal, and Vay tells you that he says we were going to go to the merchants area, but now I'm not sure if we should, or should we still go there and find out what it takes? They'll laugh at us if we go there.
Yeah.
Gordon's like, yes. It's like, well, how, just seems.
Ray also figure it out when we talk to her. Maybe she'll let us know what we need to know. We kind of need to figure out how we're going to pay her.
Agree, but I agree, but I was kind of wanting to go on the up and up, you know what I mean? Like I was wanting to be as legal as possible. Gordon kind of looks at him for a second, kind of odd. He's just like,
There is a telepathy Gordon where he does that. And he's like, what?
telepathy's back to you. Legal? This guy's not good. Why does he want to go
He's
illegal?
an anti-paladin. What's his deal?
I don't know. It's weird.
He's hiding something?
You scared of something illegal, doing something illegal? And he just kind of looks at Gordon. He's like, well, yeah, that's his family name. If we're going to keep this up and this whiskey's going to be flowing. And he's like, whiskey? Like the whiskey that you got from my basement that you bottled up? And he's like, yeah, that whiskey. My partner now. And he goes, he kind of looks over at Valia and then Ray, and he's like, okay. Ray shakes his head. Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good. He's like, no, I just want it to be as smooth and easy going as we can. We don't want any problems, right?
Right.
Make it legal, He's like, well, once it's in Mirabilia, it'll be legal. You don't have to worry about it then. He's like, oh, yeah? Okay. All right, that'll work.
Just as long as we can get enough to come back and go on it.
Yeah. We got to figure out how to bottle it and how to get it all done, labeled and everything. It's labeled. What are you going to put on it? He goes, Sith whiskey. Come to the dark side. And he smiles and looks over at Ray.
She would kind of smile, but kind of look down. She's realized how weird this is.
Yeah, that's it. Great name. Gordon nods. He goes, it's not bad. It's not bad. I like it. It's a dark whiskey. It makes sense. Yeah. Okay. I'm with you on it. We'll get it taken care of. But remember, that's not why we're here. And Bay's like, yeah, no, of course. But it's great. It's given us a great cover, right? So. All right. So you guys finish your meal and you get up and you leave. I take it.
Yeah.
No paying. There's no bill for food or water or drink.
That's
or
really
anything.
strange. Yeah.
You come out onto the golden streets and your unicorn comes up to you.
I'll get on
All
her.
right.
Hold out my hand, Aurelia.
Okay. It's like floating on a cloud. It's not like I said before. It's just like kind of just real smooth, whichever way she goes. And when you all teleported on her, you realize there's something I got to state that very important to state. As you know, teleportation leaves a popping sound when you teleport and when you appear. She doesn't. She leaves no sound, whether she's
Silent.
coming or going. She doesn't leave any sound when she teleports.
Teleport in / teleport out.
And she can go invisible. And so we'll get to that later, obviously. But so you take it back to the inn to check on everybody else and let Lily know that we need to silence an area. She probably has a spell, and maybe Tuffy too, that could do it as well.
Yeah. It's been about an hour or so. Tuffy should be waking up soon.
Yeah, next question will be, can you pray for spells? And he turns and looks over at Vay, and Vay goes,
I wouldn't, Eris would say, I wouldn't even try here.
Vay's like, I can't reach. I can tell you that. I tried to reach. There's nothing. We're stuck with what we got.
Yeah.
Unless we change deities, which I'm not doing. Unless she wants me to. See. Vigilance has a lot of different forms, I would suppose. You know, we might be able to find some answers about the spelljammers at that Noah shipyard, but
Yeah, we should go there and see what we can find out. Maybe there's a way to get our spelljammer here.
it's right next to the tavern and inn. We can drop in real quick and take a look.
Yeah. Let's go check it out.
So it's Gordon, Bay, Belia, Ray, Eris, Zero. Right?
Yes.
You guys make your way over there. It's covered, but you can walk under it, and ships can come under it too. And they're often various heights. This structure's pretty tall, goes up about 85 feet or so, and has little bays where ships are parked on top of one another and next to one another, and in the water. As you walk up and you kind of look down under the water a little bit, as you're going that way, walking on the dock, you kind of look over the railing. You see there's ships down there too, underneath the water, like docked
so it's
underwater.
like, is it like this thing where it kind of goes like that?
It could, you don't know. You can't really make it out. You can just see forms of ships under there. It could be that there's an underground city. You don't know.
Oh.
And that there's parking bays under there. You're not sure. Or it could just be, you don't know. You just really don't know. So you come walking up, and immediately to your left, down the long plank, you see the orangutan and the two chimpanzees. They will turn that way.
Yeah, Eris was gonna walk up front.
All right, you walk up front.
Mm-hmm.
Like you like jog in front of A, or
No,
you just
no.
stand next to him,
I'll
or
stand slightly behind him.
slightly behind him. Okay. You guys walk up, and immediately the orangutan kind of turns towards you guys, and the two chimpanzees kind of lower down a little bit behind him, kind of looking at you from both sides. Good afternoon, he says, very intelligently.
Hello.
Basically, greetings. How may I help you? Oh my. Oh my. Aren't you just the most beautiful thing? I would ask if you fell from heaven, but you're already here, so you surely are an angel. May I introduce myself? He holds his hand like this.
I'll hand him the hand with the wedding ring on it.
Okay.
Like intentionally showing
He
it.
takes it and looks at it and kind of looks at you funny for a second, like what, you know, like, and then he looks at it and he goes, he shakes your hand like that and he says, you truly are a gift here in these smelly docks. They call me Rock.
Rock?
Rock.
Rock.
There's a V in front of it. My favorite word starts with a V.
Oh my god.
Ignore them, they're not very intelligent. They're the laborers of the job. Job being shipbuilding and repair. But you already know that. What may I help you with? Oh. There's gonna be an angel voice come out of you, isn't there? And he smiles. He goes, one moment, hold on, hold on. You really are the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. Pulls out a little vial. He goes, yeah, just to show you a bit of my appreciation of your beauty.
Take it.
Okay. It's a little vial of some liquid. You smell it?
Yeah.
It's that cologne that she had, the bitch of pleasure had, that raises your charisma up too. It's that. You're like,
It's just smells. She's like, thank you.
you are quite welcome and thank you for coming down to my humble docks.
Goodness.
They call me Rock. My real name is Noah.
The fan is like blowing your hair. You're like,
He's an orangutan.
Super dramatic.
oh. I was wondering how one gets a ship into heaven. The Spelljammer.
He raises an eyebrow. What do you mean?
All the Spelljammers are here. For
Yeah.
merchant trade, right?
Yes,
How
yes.
did they get here?
They fly
From where?
from wherever their location is.
Just down from the sky?
Huh?
She would telepathy the party and be like, help.
No.
Help.
Don't
Gordon
mess up
says-
a hole.
Gordon says to you, say, Spelljammers go from space on Prime, but how they go from space in heaven, I don't know. Could you please help me?
Yeah, she'll say exactly that, just like
He just
that.
listens to you and brightens up and he goes, oh dear, there's portals. And not only that, there's locations where the astral travels through the Prime, right? It goes through space, so all you need to do is know your navigation. You need star charts, that's what you need. And you see him, he's like, I'll have to go to my office to get them. I can show you all around, because would you like to see some ships?
Sure.
Boys, come with me. And he turns and he starts.
She will telepathy the party be like, do not leave me alone.
And Gordon goes, fat chance. That fucking ain't happening. He takes you over to this area and there's a ladder and he walks around the ladder and pulls a lever and you see this elevator door open up. He says, come on in. And you guys pile in there. He takes you up and you go up pretty high. You know you're up probably 45, 50 feet. And it stops and opens up. The whole level at the top is like a showroom. like a car lot showroom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And there's ships of all various types sitting in this place. Are you guys hot?
Yeah,
So
it's
hot.
really hot. I'm sorry.
We're almost there. So there's ships everywhere. And there's no price tags or anything weird like that on it, but there's ships everywhere. And he goes, oh, these are babies for sale, all of them. All of them. Come on in, let me show you the first one. So that's where we're gonna stop this evening. Second episode of Into the Heaven, and here you are shopping for a Spelljammer ship on the 6th floor of Noah's shipyard.
If Lily were not asleep, she would be losing her mind.
She
right
would. She would be. Before they purchase, I'm sure they'll come wake Lily and everybody up, you know, and say, hey, oh my God, oh my God.
Anybody remember that our ship just got destroyed?
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right?
Anyway.
So, yeah, it's been a fun evening. Lots of
Yes.
role playing. You've done a lot in such a short amount of time there. You are in Heart's Faith, and that's where we'll start when we go back next time. I want to thank you guys for coming again, liking, subscribing, and sharing, and all that jazz. I am Hupahu. This is Original GM, and we will see you next week.
There's a gift inside your God's granted me, a vision of the way to change reality. In the shadows creeping, get rest your weary head. No time for you to sleep now, or evil it will spread. So gather all your friends and listen to my tale. Adventure story shaping magic and the veil. Dragons, devils, demons, and creatures that I fear, and heroes of the north. Just please don't be scared. The heroes are the monsters to the enemy. It all depends upon the way that you perceive. Original GM, we're here to set you free. Come join in the adventure. Who you wanna be? Who you wanna be? We are heroes.